right, Fierce fans, we are now ready for what you all came here to see. 24 mixed martial artists, 12 total fights for one Fierce Fighting Championship evening. So Fierce fans, let the fighters in the back know that you're here. Put your hands together and make some noise! It's going to be a fun night. Our first kickboxing fight of the evening is sponsored by Pat's Media Productions. They provide a top-tier broadcast for whatever you are looking to showcase. This crew, who are behind these cameras and these monitors, work tirelessly to put Fierce Fighting Championship into the living rooms of Fierce fans everywhere and provide a platform for these fierce fighters to show the world what they can do. Pat's Media Productions, on behalf of Fierce fans everywhere, we thank you. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Naya August and then Mallerie Meling to the cage.
First of 24 tonight will be Naya August. Jason, not the outcome she wanted in the summer, but there is kickboxing prowess in the 9-minute sample size we saw last July.
And that was a dogfight last July. That was a razor close decision fight that could have went either way. She came out on the losing end of it, but I'm really excited to see what she's going to bring back into the cage tonight.
Yeah, talking about Naya August, dealt with the length of Lacey Vasquez being 3 inches shorter than her. Now she will be 4 inches taller than her opponent Mallerie Meling, who's about to walk out right now. All right, well, there's a first time for everything. Here is Mallerie Meling. Jason, like many debuters we see, the core purpose for her comes from a piqued interest and to see what she is capable of.
I love this. I love this about debuters. I love seeing them come in here and test themselves, test their skills that they've been training on in the gym. This is what makes it MMA exciting.
Let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape between Naya August and Mallerie Meling. Meling, 5 years senior, both fighters identical in height. Naya August weighing in at 119.5 pounds, Meling weighing in at 118 pounds. August with an 0-1 record. Meling makes her debut right now. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hopes.
All right, Fierce fans, this kickboxing fight is sponsored by Pat's Media Productions. This fight is an amateur 120 pounds catch weight bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Introducing the first fighter fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 0 wins and 1 loss. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed in at 119 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Sierra MMA, Fierce MMA, and Phoenix Performance Institute, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah, by way of Price, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Naya August, aka Kiwi. And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, making her amateur kickboxing debut. She stands 5 feet tall and weighed in at 118 pounds. Fighting out of Empire MMA, hailing from Cedar City, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Mallerie Meling.
First of 24 tonight is Mallerie Meling in the red gloves. Following suit is Naya August in the blue. This 120-pound kickboxing bout to kick off Fierce Challenger Series 9 is brought to you by Pat's Media, providing a top-tier broadcast for whatever you're looking to showcase. Pat's Media, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Here we go, Blake.
Tyler Tomlinson, 6 assignments here tonight. Actually went to high school here at Bonneville High School. First time ever officiating here as Naya August shoots out of a cannon, active early, Jason.
Yeah, she's coming straight down the pipe, throwing straight punches, moving good. Kind of overwhelming Mallerie right now. I don't think Mallerie was quite expecting this from Naya.
Naya, go ahead.
Nakaya's landing big shots right now. She just landed a nice left hand.
Much less timid than she was back in July of last year. No feeling out process whatsoever as she digs to the body of Meling. Nice head kick landed by the fighter out of Sandy, Utah. Nice combinations. She's really connecting them well together, Jason.
Yeah, she's throwing straight punches. I would expect nothing other than that with Joe Howell in her corner. Nice head kick again by Kiwi.
Back and forth, the head kicks go as she clocks upstairs as well. All August through 1 minute. 3 2-minute rounds slated for this one as a big overhand right is thrown in favor of August.
Yeah, nice. She went to the body and right to the head. Nice combination. She's flinching. Now Mallerie threw a nice little leg kick there.
Echoes through the gymnasium. Naya walks straight through it and invests in the body once again. Solid push kick by Naya. Back on the front foot.
Nice little 1-2. Kiwi just bites down on her mouthpiece and just throws shots straight down the middle. I keep calling her Kiwi, I apologize. That's her nickname at the gym, and for those of you at home, I'm talking about Naya. Oh, nice 1-2, and she's just landing big shots on Mallerie right now.
Final seconds. August unloads. Meling rendered defensive most of the round. Jason, your thoughts? It seems to be all August through 2 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like that experience from Kiwi's first fight, she got those nerves out and she came out. She's aggressive. I still think Mallory's just kind of a little overwhelmed right now. Maybe we'll see her kind of wake up a little bit coming into this second round, but I think it's all Kiwi in the first round.
Looks very composed in the corner, smiling for Mallerie Meling out of Empire MMA in Cedar City, Utah, just about 3 hours south from here in Ogden, Utah.
Yeah, she was smiling when they were introducing. She was just happy to be here. Like I said at the top of the broadcast, I love this about MMA. I love this about the debuters coming in there and testing herself. Hey, she's fighting back. She's doing a good job. She landed some nice leg kicks.
Mallerie Meling, north of 1 year of extensive boxing and kickboxing training over at Empire MMA, as aforementioned. First of 6 debuters to make the walk tonight. Naya August, whole different output than she did in the first fight. I mean, she threw more in that first round than she might have in the entire first fight. Oh yeah, she was aggressive. She was on a mission, and I think she learned from that first fight. She got those first fight jitters out of the way, and you see that aggressiveness from Naya. Naya down 5 pounds at this one, weighing in yesterday at 119.5 pounds. Top of the second round. And Mallerie's still smiling. She's all smiles. She's ready to go. She's more action even on the back foot is August, but Meling now closing the distance. I like Meling, that aggressiveness. She was nice head kick from Kiwi. Thudding shot to the body, followed up by August. I like Meling coming forward in that round and taking that take that length away from Kiwi and getting up close to her. She's back at range now, though. Power shot landed once again by August. She's setting up her combinations very nicely. See, this is what Meling needs to do. Get in, make it ugly, get in close. Keep Naya. Oh, nice push kick right to the face. Head kick lands, get the oohs and ahs out of the Bonneville High School crowd. I think Meling was still smiling after that. Look to go back to the well, doesn't land in that one, but follows up with a head kick is August. Got to wonder where the cardiovascular is going to be at with so much output from August, but seeming to wear it well so far. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a little out of breath just from calling this. I think the experience right now of Naya is just a little bit too much for Meling. 9 minutes of cage time as Meling starts to work a little bit more on the front foot, steps back and separates the two fighters. She's having success when she can get inside. It's just getting in there. Nice leg kicks from Meling. Final 10 seconds of the second round of a possible 3. August follows up, connects cleanly on the chin. more of the same of what we saw in round one, but a little bit more offense from Meling, I would say.
Yeah, a little more competitive with Meling. I think she's kind of got her wits about her now. She's a little more aggressive. Like I said, I thought she did some great things by coming forward and kind of pressing the issue. But right now, Nakia, she's firing on all cylinders.
We're going to go over to the corner of Nakaya. Obviously, you spent so much time with that Sierra MMA crew. Jason, your thoughts on what they might be telling her headed in to the final 2 minutes of this bout?
I think they're trying to tell her to pace herself. You can see her breathing pretty heavy in there. She's doing everything right. She's throwing feints. She's throwing combinations. She's winning the fight. They're just going to tell her to stay calm, keep that distance, keep landing your combinations. You're going to come out a winner.
Spoken with Joel Haro many times about Nakaya, about her potential as a fighter, and and Joel has mentioned to me that she is one of the most coachable students in the entire gym. Always wanting to learn more, always wanting to improve, and we're seeing that improvement now from what we saw last summer.
Yeah, huge improvements from last summer.
Third and final round of this first of 12 bouts here tonight at Fierce Challenger Series 9.
Meling still smiling over there in the corner. I love it. I love it.
Right back into the action. Nakaya landed a knee. Tyler Tomlinson nearly closed the distance, but able to mitigate. Back to the center they go. Another piston of a right hand by August. She throws a couple looping hooks. Whole different tenor this time around than last time is Nakaya as Meling lands, gets a pop.
Every time Meling comes forward and presses that issue, she's able to land some combinations on there, and then that happens when she's at range. She gets caught with a nice 1-2.
August rings the bell upstairs, follows up with a few more, connecting combinations crisply.
I mean, she is putting her combinations together beautifully tonight. Body, head, following it up with a head kick. There's the combinations are just coming from Nakaya tonight. Both girls breathing a little heavy right now, but that would be expected after
about 5.5 minutes of work. Third and final round right now. August connects, backs out.
Great footwork by August to get out of there as Meling was pushing her forward. She sidestepped right off to the side, avoiding those punches.
Fires straight through the guard is August. Cocks back the head of Meling a few times.
Meling is tough.
Continues to come forward.
She doesn't even look like she's been rocked, and she's been hit with some heavy shots all fight long.
Final seconds looks as August unloads. That will do it. What a way to kick off the show, Jason.
Got the crowd on their feet, Blake.
We will point towards the judges' scorecards, but what about that was 6 minutes of fun?
Yeah, that was a great fight. What a fight to start off the night. Mallerie is tough.
Mallerie,
she is tough.
Very tough. And Nakaya August, very improved.
Very much improved. Yeah, she's going to be scary. I mean, for her to make those improvements, she looked very good tonight.
We see Mallerie speaking with Steve Ergel, one of the main faces over at Empire MMA in Cedar City. Judges' scorecards coming in, and we will make it official in just a few moments. But Nakaya August seemed to be all points in her favor as we will go to the judges' scorecards. We see Joel Haro, who will be joining us in just a few moments. But it'll be tough to top what we just saw in terms of output. Whole lot of fun between these two in our first of two kickboxing bouts here on our early prelims. Got one more still to go as Jackson Hoops is waiting on the official judges' scorecards. Tyler Tomlinson, Mallerie, Nakaya all ready to go. mutual respect between the two fighters. And with that, looks like we are just about ready to make it official. Jackson Hups has scorecards in hand, and with that, we will kick it over to him.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Naya, August, a.k.a. Kiwi.
You get to get interviewed now, Kiwi. We didn't get to do this last time. How you feeling tonight?
You know, I lost my grandma right before I walked out on my first fight. Like 15 minutes. I really owe this to her. I did not walk into that fight with the headspace. This one, I did a lot of cross training. Thank you for the Agima Jiu-Jitsu, Standing Boxing Club, Sierra MMA. I want to give a big special thanks to my coaches right here, Jake and Joel, Hector from Phoenix. You guys are great. You guys are my biggest supporters. Thank you to my family who showed up. You guys are amazing. My Sierra family. I owe this to my grandma. So, thank you.
She would be very proud of you tonight.
I hope so.
Congratulations. Give it up for your winner, Naya August.
All right, welcome back in, everyone, to Fierce Challenger Series 9, presented by Rush Hydro. First of 2 kickboxing matches finished up, and Naya August getting the win in her sophomore bout. Now moves to 1-1. Jason Laporte racing his way back in. Jason, that was quite an emotional one from Naya. This one meant a lot to her.
I'm a little choked up myself. I was trying not to cry myself. I was getting a little teared up in there, and I wanted to talk to her a little more about the fight and her improvements from her last fight, but you know, you could tell how much this meant to her tonight with her grandmother passing away before her first fight. This fight meant a lot to her, and you could see that in the post-fight interview.
What a way to kick off the night, and now we will move to our second kickboxing bout of the evening in the welterweight division between Brandon Ramirez and Tyler Harris, both fighters waiting in the wings, and with that, we'll kick it over to Jackson Hups to bring him out.
Fierce fans, our final kickboxing fight of the evening is sponsored by Autolocity Motors. As a dealership proudly selling branded title vehicles, Autolocity gets more vehicle for less money. You can rest assured knowing that you get the best deal available. A large selection of vehicles, the best prices in town, and a relaxing, no-pressure atmosphere makes Autolocity hard to beat. Rebuilt, reliable, and real deal, Autolocity Motors. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Tyler Harris and then Brandon Ramirez to the cage.
First of 2 for One Hit MMA tonight. Here is Tyler Harris. Jason, he's got 1 year clocked in at One Hit. Feels like he's accumulated a skill acumen to hold his own in the kickboxing debut.
Yeah, he's in one of the top gyms in the state, especially for kickboxing with Aldo in his corner there. You know these guys always come prepared anytime they step into the cage.
Yeah, Jason told me that it's been helpful for him to be at a gym where there are always a wealth of fighters in camp.
Yeah, that gym is stacked with some of the top fighters in the state.
It's always got to happen once, Jason.
It's got to happen at least one time.
We always got to. We always got to wait.
The suspense is killing me. Well, he's got a good walkout song.
Great walkout song.
Ramirez to the cage.
A debut walk, but already some combat competition under the resume of Brandon Ramirez. Jason didn't go his way in October in the Muay Thai debut. Gets a crack at kickboxing here tonight, fully fixated on redeeming himself.
Yeah, and this could be a replay of the last fight where we saw one fighter already having that experience versus a fighter that making their debut. We'll see if that experience plays out for him tonight, for Brandon tonight.
All right, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape for this amateur welterweight kickboxing bout. Tyler Harris, 2-year senior, identical in height at 5'11". Both fighters weighing in at 168.5 pounds, and both fighters making their kickboxing debuts right now. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, this kickboxing fight is sponsored by Autolocity Motors. This fight is an amateur welterweight bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyusad. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, making his amateur kickboxing debut. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 168.5 pounds. Fighting out of One Hit MMA, hailing from Centerville, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Tyler Harris. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also making his amateur kickboxing debut. He also stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he also weighed in at 168.5 pounds. Fighting out of Fusion MMA and Jiu-Jitsu, hailing from St. George, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Brandon Ramirez.
Laser focus in the corner of Brandon Ramirez. In the red gloves on the other side is Tyler Harris in the blue gloves. This amateur welterweight kickboxing bout is brought to you by Autolocity Motors. Rev up your car shopping experience and enjoy savings of up to 20% off retail prices right here in Ogden, Utah. Autolocity Motors, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Straight to the action we go. Ramirez busy up top.
Ramirez landed a heavy body kick, and he's landed 2 heavy leg kicks.
All out in the storm are the two. Slip by Ramirez. Tyler Harris fired up, Jason.
These two are biting down on their mouthpieces. Those leg kicks are hurting Tyler. Oh, nice little short uppercut by Brandon.
All output by both. Ramirez fully fixated on redeeming himself following his Muay Thai bout last year. Told me a whole lot about that as he invests in the leg kicks. Harris answers back up top.
Yeah, Harris is going to have to do something about that because Ramirez has been landing those since the start of this fight. He's landed about 8 or 9 of them. Now he goes up to the head.
Ramirez loading up to the body as well as to the head. Integrating both punches and kicks very well early, Jason.
Yeah, those body shots are hurting him. Those leg kicks are hurting Tyler right now. But he's not giving up. He's biting down on that mouthpiece.
All smiles from Harris as Ramirez lands at will. Back to the body he goes, connecting cleanly. As he rips the body once again, over and over he goes.
You're seeing the difference right now. Ramirez, he's checking those leg kicks. Harris, a little overwhelmed right at the moment.
Harris being deluged by those leg kicks. Ramirez landing them over and over and over again. 10 seconds to go. First of a possible 3-round fight here between these two. Digging to the body, back upstairs. 8 minutes of fight time in between the two fights so far.
Wow.
It's been fireworks.
It's been all fireworks. I really love what Brandon Ramirez was doing. He saw something in those leg kicks. He capitalized on them. He was throwing some nice body kicks as well as going to the body. Tyler Harris seems a little bit overwhelmed right now.
Your thoughts on what might be being said in the corner of Tyler Harris following those first 2 minutes?
Well, just calm down. Take a deep breath. You see those first fight, that debut, the jitters. You just want to bite down your mouthpiece and just go. And he just kind of needs to take a deep breath, kind of calm things down, put his combinations together, and get back into this fight.
I wanted to ask you about that. I mean, so much output from both. A little bit more, I would say, on the Ramirez side. How do you think that the cardiovascular holds up through these next couple of minutes?
Yeah, I think Tyler Harris is going to have to do something about checking those leg kicks and countering back on those body shots to get Ramirez's attention in the second round. Because right now, Ramirez is having his way with the kicks.
Dave Selustad, the third man in the cage for this kickboxing bout. 6 assignments for him as well. Straight back to the action is Ramirez. Springing his step, a knee to the body, sets Harris back. It's all open right now for Ramirez.
Yeah, it's Ramirez is pretty much having his way with whatever kick and combination he wants to land. But give it to Tyler Harris. He's just standing there and just taking it. Oh, nice kick to the body by Ramirez.
Harris covers up, connects on the chin.
Ramirez,
in return, answers back.
Yeah, Ramirez took it well.
Right back to the body he goes. Ramirez been attacking it, a primary target for him.
Harris not going away.
Strong leg kick. Harris met with a few more punches upstairs. Down is Harris, and that is going to do it. Brandon Ramirez redeems himself.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal performance. He put it all together tonight. Wow. He looked good tonight, Blake. That was impressive.
Ramirez goes immediately over to check in on his opponent.
Great show of sportsmanship. I love it. Love to see it.
Tyler Harris, nothing to hang his head about. Came out like a firecracker as well. Ramirez just landed a few more accurately.
Yeah, just a little bit more accurate. You know, those first fight jitters. Ramirez already haven't been in here before. You know, and just beautiful combinations throughout the whole first and second round before the finish happened there. So great performance by Brandon Ramirez.
With that, we're going to jump over to a replay presented by Rush Hydro of the finishing sequence. We see the finishing blow on the chin. Brandon Ramirez landed so many before that. All volume. And back-to-back bouts in which an 0-1 fighter is going to get their win. Actually, Ramirez, that was a fight in Muay Thai, I should say. I apologize on that. But he's going to get the win in his kickboxing debut in just a matter of moments. Pacing back and forth as his hand is about to get raised. Tyler Harris speaking. Coaches, teammates, Zach Partridge, a main member of One Hit MMA as well. Looks like we are just about ready to make it official. Dave Selustad enters to the center of the cage. Ramirez and Harris about to join them. And with that, we'll take it over to our man Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans. Referee Dave Selustad has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute of the second round, declaring the winner by TKO, Brandon Ramirez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the winner, Brandon Ramirez. Brandon, that was a phenomenal performance tonight. The first round seemed a little competitive. You were landing heavy leg kicks and body shots that first round. Was that the plan tonight, to come in here and land that?
That was the plan. I wanted to go downstairs so we could eventually drop his guard and I could start landing damaging blows to the head. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you definitely did it. You landed some big body shots. I'm going to take a look at the replay screen right up here, and I want you to walk me through this ending combination of how you ended this fight here.
Sorry, I'm kind of blind. I can't really see that. I have bad vision.
Yeah, the replay's a little slow now. We'll just go back to it. Anyways, once again, man, phenomenal performance tonight. You look great. Back in the winner's circle tonight. Do you have anybody you want to give thanks to?
I'd like to give a big thanks to my coach. I've been training there for about 4 years, and I try not to miss practice, and it's really brought the best out of me. I used to be 260 pounds, and I've come a long way from being handed my first loss in October, coming up and finally getting the big. Thank you.
That's huge, man. Congratulations again. We can't wait to see you back in the cage. Congratulations, your winner, Ramirez.
All right, Fierce fans, here we go. Our first MMA fight of the evening is sponsored by FST Filtration. They provide the best manufactured HVAC products for your home and your business. Go to fstfiltration.com, take the 2-minute air filter quiz, place your order, and get fresh air filters delivered to you whenever you need them from FST Filtration. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Michael Trunzo and then Nico Sukon to the cage.
A new name out of a well-established gym. Here is Michael Trunzo. Jason, one boxing match under his belt already. He believes his hands will help in securing a victory in the debut.
Yeah, I'm excited about him making his debut. I was at One Hit when he was starting to come to the gym with his dad, Mike Trunzo, and this kid's been a scrapper since he started doing this. So I'm really excited for him to make his debut tonight.
We see his dad just come out of frame. He's been his most reliable resource. Mike Trunzo, as you mentioned, a 2-1 amateur, a top 10 middleweight in the state of Utah. Certainly someone good to have in your corner.
Yeah, it's great to have your dad in your corner. Not only your dad, but a great training partner to have in your corner as well.
Michael Trunzo lives in Idaho. He drives down to One Hit every Wednesday and then trains boxing and jiu-jitsu up north, but gets some more of his rounds down with Aldo and the rest of the company over in Layton, Utah.
I was speaking with his dad before the fights tonight. I said, "Are you nervous?" He said, "Actually, no." He's like, he's ready. He's calm. He's in the right headspace. He's been training hard. He's ready tonight.
Michael Trunzo told me he made the decision last November that he would start to prep towards a fight. 5 months later, we are here at that moment. With that, we're going to bring out Nico Sukon. Quite the pop. Here is another fresh face out of Excite MMA. Enter Nico Sukon. Jason, 1 year over at Excite MMA, but backed by years of martial arts like wrestling, Muay Thai, and not to mention the endorsement of Mike Jones, a new face to the Excite MMA coaching staff.
Yeah, he's got quite the crowd here tonight, and also having Mike Jones in his corner. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Just recently became a coach over at Excite MMA, now in the corner. Nico Sukon with a little bit of a wrestling background, but also told me he's looking forward to mixing in all aspects of martial arts without limits. Trunzo, a boxer, Sukon, primarily a wrestler, but we'll have to see how it plays out between the two of them. Stylistic seems to collide together very well.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. Two debuters that are ready to go. Two young and up-and-coming fighters ready to test themselves tonight.
Nico Sukon, 1 year at Excite MMA, as well as 3 years of wrestling. looks to be a secure safety net. But a lifelong martial artist, began karate at the age of 5. All of that time now leads to this moment. Let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this amateur featherweight bout. Sukon, 2 years younger. Trunzo will also have the edge in height by 4 inches, standing 5'9". Both fighters weighing in yesterday at 144 pounds, and both fighters make their debuts right now.
Trunzo just relaxed in the corner there, just leaning up on the cage, just waiting for the fight to start. Let's go.
Sukon had to get his mouthpiece in, as a scrum of spectators are here in favor of the fighter out of Excite MMA. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by FSG Filtration. This fight is an amateur featherweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner. Making his amateur debut, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 143 pounds. Fighting out of One Hit MMA, hailing from Layton, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Michael Trunzo! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also making his amateur debut. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in at 144 pounds. Fighting out of Excite MMA, hailing from Lehigh, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Nico El Changuito Sukon!
First time for Nico Sukon in the red gloves. Also debuting is Mike Trunzo in the blue. This featherweight bout is brought to you by FST Filtration. Fresh air filters delivered for when you need them most. FST Filtration, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Trunzo looks like this is about his 50th pro fight. The way he looks super relaxed in the corner.
Calm, cool, collected, like you mentioned, laying his back on the cage as Sukon was making his way in. Straight into it we go. Sukon closes the distance. Trunzo stretches but is short. Trying to figure out that distance management early on, Jason, as Sukon connects on the chin and enters in on the takedown.
Nice takedown by Sukon.
Immediately finds his way to the back, locked up on the rear naked choke. He lost it for a second. On the opposite side of the broadcast booth, but there's the tap. Sukon batting 1,000 in the debut.
What a performance. What a performance by Sukon. Wow. And he's got quite the pop from the crowd there, Blake. Look at that in the background behind us.
The embrace from head coach Mike Jones. Thrill on one side, agony on the other.
And he's, sorry to interrupt you, I was going to say, he set that up beautifully because he looked like he was standing up. He was light on his feet, he was bouncing, and he shot right for that takedown. That was, and right to the back when the submission. That was phenomenal. That was a great submission.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that replay right now. Sukon jumps in on the takedown, immediately chases the back, hooks in, lost the grip for a second, connects. And that's all we got for the debut, just 40 seconds or so. And with that, we are going to make it official with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Tyler Tomlinson has called a stop to this contest at 43 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by submission due to rear naked choke, Nico El Changuito Sukon.
All right, Nico, you got quite the crowd behind you, man. Turn around and say what's up to the crowd.
Yes, sir!
Woo! All right, let's go back here and face the camera. Nico, debut performance, came out here, quick finish, great setup. I'm going to go to the replay screen up here because I want you to walk me through that takedown and that back take.
I saw the legs, went for it, crawled on the back, tried to rip his head off.
You pretty much did rip his head off. So you're 1-0 now. Where do you go from here? You going to come back and fight again?
Yeah.
I love it, love it. Is there any sponsors, friends, family you want to give a thanks to tonight?
Everyone who's cheering my name, all my coaches, this was all for you. Thank you, Utah!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Nico Susku.
Welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9. Jason, what a way to kick off Challenger Series for 2024. We've had a couple of Fierce Fighting Championship main cards, but we haven't done a Challenger Series. This one's been blowing the roof off this place.
Yeah, this has been pretty awesome. We've been just fight after fight has been great, bangers. I like this Nico kid. That was a great performance.
Your thoughts on that? I mean, that was just dominance bell to bell.
Yeah, I thought he, coming into that, Trunzo looked like he was the calmer fighter, but I think maybe might have been a little too calm. You saw Nico came out. He's light on his feet, set up with a couple combinations, and right for the takedown in the back take. He set that up beautifully.
All right, with that, we are going to move to a catchweight bout at 175 pounds between Skyler Bernasconi and Austin Cardone. With that, let's kick it over to our man, Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Damage Plan Insurance. They are your one-stop shop offering the best coverage and price for your home, auto, and life insurance. Do something today that your future self will thank you for later, and don't settle for anything less than the best. Damage Plan Insurance. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Skyler Bernasconi and then Austin Cardone to the cage.
Back in the small gloves and his first time for Fierce, here is Skyler Bernasconi. Jason, he radiates confidence at every entrance to the cage, and the sterling striking speaks for itself.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun when he gets in the cage. This is going to be an exciting matchup.
In the scouting report for Skyler Bernasconi, I had to write down perpetual pressure, and he loves to goad on his opposition. He is a showman. He wants to put on a show for everyone here. He did a little bit at the weigh-ins. I can't wait to see what he does through these next 9 minutes.
Yeah, this is what you want. Hey, this is what you want, MMA. And he's got the Max Crosby jersey on. I love it. I love it. I see you.
Similar personality traits to that of the great Max Crosby is Skyler Bernasconi. Excited for this one as he gets taken care of by his head coach, Jeromi Horn, obviously an MMA legend, to say the least. Skyler Bernasconi, pinpoint accuracy with his hands. 0-1 in a unanimous decision last July in a kickboxing bout, but he is 1-0, as you see on his record there in MMA in the small gloves. A win over Dominic Williams back in February of last year. Back in the small gloves, once again, like I said earlier.
Yeah, seems to be his niche. Maybe he's going to stick to MMA.
We will have to see how it all plays out. Skyler Bernasconi with Austin Cardone waiting in the wings as he enters the cage. Final first-timer on deck tonight is Austin Cardone. Jason, another new name out of Excite MMA, 2 years clocked in, and refers to today as test day. Got a big test in front of him in Skyler Bernasconi.
If there's one thing we know about the Excite MMA guys is they always bring it. They're in every fight. They're never out of a fight. Austin Cardone, I'm excited to see his debut.
Austin Cardone en route to his debut. He told me after 2 years of training, as he acquired more intangibles, he realized that he wanted to take a fight. Now, here it is, test day, like we said. We will have to see how he fares against Skyler Bernasconi. With that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this amateur 175-pound catchweight bout. Cardone, 1 year senior at 29 years of age. Bernasconi will have the edge in height by 1 inch, standing 6 feet tall. Bernasconi missing weight last night by 1 pound at 176. Cardone weighing in yesterday at 172.5. Bernasconi with a record of 1-0. Cardone to make his debut right now. First time for everything. This one, unlike any other. With that, let's go ahead and introduce them with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Damage Plan Insurance. This fight is an amateur 175 pounds catchweight bout, and it is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyustad. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 losses. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in above the contracted weight at 176 pounds. Fighting out of Jeremy Horn's Elite Performance MMA, hailing from Magna, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Skyler Bernes. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, making his amateur debut. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 172 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Excite MMA, hailing from Lehigh, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Austin Crazy Horse Cardone.
Debuting, Austin Cardone sports the red gloves. Elite Performances, Skyler Bernes answers in the blue. This 175-pound catchweight bout is brought to you by Damage Plan Insurance, your one-stop shop for a plan to fit your needs. Damage Plan Insurance, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Cardone converges as Bernes throws a whipping uppercut. Slapping leg kick right up against the broadcast booth. Picked up nicely in the microphones, Jason.
Yeah, that was right in front of us.
Bernes piecing combinations together. Cardone finding his way inside. A little bit less pressure on the gas pedal from what we've been used to through these first 4 fights, Jason.
Yeah, they're both landing shots. Landing the shot. Skyler's eating them right now and keeps coming forward.
Calm, cool, and collected are the two. Cardone lands a few as Bernes trades back.
Skyler going to the body. Oh, nice jab by Cardone.
Nice sweeping leg kick on the outside by Bernes.
Hear Austin's corner slam.
Oh, down is Bernes. Austin Cardone knocks out Skyler.
I was just getting ready to say, Austin's corner said, throw over the top. It's there all day long, and 2 seconds later, he lands that shot over the top.
Do you believe it? Austin Cardone makes a name for himself in the debut.
Wow, wow. He listened to his corner. That was beautiful. He took the words right out of my mouth, landing that big overhead. The corner called for the overhand. They said it's there all day long, and he lands it.
If we can, let's get the camera off of Bernes as he recovers, and if we could get it on Cardone the best that we can. Passing that test with flying colors. Austin Cardone, one punch power out of Excite MMA. That's a fun name to remember as we move forward through the year of 2024.
Yeah, he kept coming forward. I felt early on Skyler was getting a little better in the combinations. I felt like he was landing more. He was landing nice leg kicks, but Austin Cardone did not go away, kept marching forward.
Let's jump over to that replay, Jason, if you can break it down for us. This replay is presented to you by Rush Hydro.
Yeah, just right here, you see him trading shots just before he lands that overhand. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on camera, but his coaches were telling him to land that overhand, that it was there, and it was there.
Still down is Bernes. Dave Selyustad, no opportunity for any follow-ups. Nice call by him as well.
Great call by Dave Selyustad, and Cardone's got some power. That's some power.
Not a lot of them landed cleanly, but the one that did finished it.
That finished it cleanly. he took some good shots early on. Skyler was landing shots. Looks like Skyler's coming to right now.
Bernes back up on his feet, hesitant. Struggling to stay up. They got a stool for him as they'll sit him down.
Somebody might want to hold on to him, make sure he doesn't fall over there.
We've got the doctor making sure to take care of Bernes at the moment. Questioning, making sure he has his wits about him. Back up to his feet.
Big hand for Skyler, Bernes. Fierce fans, referee Dave Sellius has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 29 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, Austin Crazy Horse Cardone.
Austin, that was an impressive performance tonight. You guys came out and you were going at it early on. Did you expect that kind of a firefight?
Yeah. I was expecting the hands to go. Was a little bit surprised about a kick, but yeah, expecting a firefight.
So I don't know if they caught it on the broadcast, but I caught it. I heard your corner yelling for that overhand. Did you hear them calling for that overhand?
Not during, but before. Something I kept in mind.
Well, they said it, and you landed it. Impressive performance. Way to make your debut. Are you going to be back to fight for us again?
I'll have to give it some thought, but after that win, I'm leaning more towards yeah.
I love it. I love it. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, give thanks to, sponsors, friends, family?
Wanted to give a shout out to my coaches. Wanted to say a big, huge thanks to Mark, Brian, Mike, Carson. You know, thanks for not giving up on me. My friends and family helping me along the way. And my gym mates also pushing me. Thank you, guys.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Austin Cardone.
Hard one. And you should have another one to go. And people ask me all the time, bro, you're 37. You're training so hard. I'm going to show you guys a secret. What get me going? This is what get me going. Roshi Hydro, developed by one of the best dietitians, Marcelo Frel. That's the first thing that I take. I've been taking after weighing. So I go to UFC and make the weight. That's the first thing that I take and recover. And that's the thing that's going to get me going to the next session. Roshi Hydro. I told you guys, the second round is done. Roshi Hydro. That thing going to get you going. Make sure you get yours.
Welcome back into Hydro. What a show we have had so far. Austin Cardone emphasizing the debut with that knockout finish. We hope Skyler Bernes is okay. We saw him head out of the cage. We see Austin Cardone exiting. Big pop from the crowd. It seemed like he really picked up the love from the audience as that fight went on.
Yeah, great, respectful, he's great, he's tough, and he obviously hits like a Mack truck.
Looks like we are just about ready to head down to 155 pounds between Austin Munoz and Isaac Allen. With that, we'll bring him out with Jackson Hoops.
Our next fight of the evening is sponsored by DTL Sharks. With over 10 years of experience, they have polished the Thunderbirds, cleaned the roller coasters at Lagoon, ceramic-coated supercars, but more importantly, they've mastered the art of shampooing and detailing your vehicles. For all of your mobile detailing needs, trust Detail Sharks. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Austin Munoz and then Isaac Allen to the cage.
All right, first in a pair of Munoz's occupying the card tonight will be Austin Munoz. Jason, a flashy finisher who can generate offense in seemingly any position.
Yeah, another guy that's got a lot of power, comes from a fighting family. This is a name to kind of mark on the list tonight as one of the highlight fight, one of the good fights tonight.
Second time ever in Fierce history that two siblings will fight on the same card. Jordan Munoz, his brother, the amateur veteran, to fight later on. But Austin Munoz, a firecracker who was always on the front foot. Offense comes first with this guy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This guy's going to come forward. I'd expect nothing else with his dad being Eric Munoz, who's a brawler and loves to come forward and put the pressure on.
Austin Munoz was 2 for 2 on takedowns in the debut last August. He won that fight by a first-round submission, a rear naked choke to be more specific. His second takedown was the one that led to the submission, and down now 15 pounds at 155 for this one. Calculated in the cut, made his way to 156 pounds as he prepares to enter for his second bout of his amateur MMA career. Also getting some love from the Ogden crowd. Trains nearby at Team Link in Layton, Utah, is Austin Munoz. Excited to see how he fares in this one. One year removed from the standout debut, back is Isaac Allen. Jason, similar to other exciting amateurs currently on their way up, when Isaac has you hurt, he goes on the attack like few can.
Yeah, this is a great matchup. Both 1-0, both coming at top gyms out of the state. Isaac Allen coming out, fighting out of Agema. We got Austin Munoz out of Team Link. This is a great matchup of two up-and-coming 1-0 fighters.
Isaac Allen, the cousin of Andrew Mickelson, who just secured a win in the pro debut last month, one of the most dominant fighters in the entire state.
Yeah, not bad having that guy as your cousin.
Isaac Allen, fresh off of that win last year over Brandon Duncan. The right hand tags in desolating fashion. He also follows those up with ample leg kicks as well. With that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this amateur lightweight bout. Munoz, 4 years senior, also 1 inch taller, will fly by way of Munoz. Munoz weighing in at 156 pounds, Allen weighing in at 155.5 pounds. Both fighters putting their records on the line at 1-0. Isaac Allen, spoke to him a little bit yesterday prior to stepping on the scale, told me he cut about 17 pounds, down from 170 in the first fight to now at 55 as well. Both of these fighters very similar in a lot of ways, Jason.
Yeah, I like seeing this. I like seeing these guys fighting at their natural weight classes. They both look really good at this weight class. They look big, they look strong.
All right, and with that, we are just about ready. Let's kick it over to Jackson Hubs.
All right, Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Detail Sharks. This fight is an amateur lightweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyestad. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Team Link Utah Training Center, hailing from Ogden, Utah, Fierce fans, make some noise for Austin Munoz. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also holding an undefeated amateur record of 1 win and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 155 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Agema Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Provo, Utah, by way of Roseburg, Oregon. Fierce fans, make some noise for Isaac Allen.
Second rep for Isaac Allen in the red gloves. First time for Fierce is Austin Munoz, who will swing with blue. This lightweight bout is brought to you by Detail Sharks. Leave your vehicle looking and feeling like it just rolled off the lot. Detail Sharks, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
The Mickelson genes run deep with Isaac Allen. He looks like a mirror image of his cousin, Andrew.
Austin Munoz winds up for that one, swings for the fences and finds himself entering in on the takedown. Allen pops back up. Allen is floored as Munoz begins to lead the dance. Just 30 seconds in to this bout. The ground and pound ensues. Some more adversity than Isaac Allen felt in the first fight, Jason.
Yeah, right now, Austin Munoz is just pressure, pressure, pressure. Let's go. And they're back on their feet. Let's go.
Interesting that he let Allen right back up. Curious to see what Munoz generates. Allen now finds it on the chin. Beautiful takedown as Allen went for the head kick.
Yeah, that was a beautiful takedown. He timed that just right. When Munoz gets on top, so I'm surprised, like you said, he let him up because he's doing some damage on the bottom. Allen doing a good job of avoiding the heavy shots there from the bottom. It looks like he's searching for a submission, trying to trap an arm there. That left arm looks like he's trying to trap it.
Staying active is Allen. 18 months of work clocked in at Agima Jiu-Jitsu in Provo, Utah for Allen, as he's eaten a couple of hammer fists from Munoz.
I'm surprised Munoz let him up there. I felt like he was having success with that ground and pound. Maybe he feels like he can land a shot here. We'll see.
Munoz, similar to his debut, shot out of a cannon. In was the head kick, slipped by Munoz. Allen now trying to wrap up a guillotine.
I don't think he quite has it under the chin yet. And he's fighting the arms. He doesn't have it right now. Great job by Munoz defending that choke.
Munoz mentioned being gassed after just 2 minutes of action. Curious to see how things play out for the firecracker. Allen seems to be cinching it up a little bit more. Looks like the angle is lost now, Jason, but a knee followed up by Allen. Munoz in the face of Allen, standing his ground, is the fighter out of Provo.
What a fight. These two are non-stop in there. Munoz landed big shots, Allen coming right back. Allen a little busted up right now. They're both breathing super heavy right now.
Solid leg kick landed, one of the cleaner shots for Allen thus far. 30 seconds to go in this first round, and what has flown by and packed with action.
We're going to see who's got the cardio right now. They're both breathing super heavy. Allen's giving Munoz a little smile. Munoz smiling back.
Munoz clocks Allen on the chin as Allen stretches forward. 10 ticks to go in what has been an action-packed round one. Calf kick for Allen. Oh, down! Cocked back the head was Allen.
Wow, what
Jason,
a round.
From the angle we had, it looked almost as if Isaac Allen had been knocked out. Munoz almost closes the distance and borderline held him up.
Wow, what a first round. These guys are just throwing down. That was a great first round.
It looked as though that could have been the finishing shot. It's not. We now see Andrew Mickelson in the corner of Isaac Allen, down one, as it seems to be. A lot of offense by Munoz through three.
Yeah, Munoz very aggressive. He landed some beautiful takedowns. I kind of would have liked to see him stay on top because I felt like he was being busy. He was body head. He was landing some damage. Maybe he felt like he was in a little bit of danger down there. I don't know. Either way, I feel like Munoz took that first round. We'll see who's got the cardio going into the second round.
Austin Munoz and Isaac Allen both in uncharted territories now. Both of their first fights were by finish in the first round. Munoz's was by a submission. Allen's was by a KO. And now we will see how the gas tank holds up for both headed into the top of this one.
Absolute fireworks tonight, Blake.
Speechless at the performances thus far. And back at the center of the cage are the two lightweights. Much more calculated now that the distance has been managed. Munoz jumps in, closes the distance.
That was a big knee to the body by Munoz. That hurt Allen bad.
Cleanly checks, he loads up. Allen sprawls, wraps the neck once again. Squeezing for it again. He went to that well earlier, Jason.
Yeah, Munoz is defending that very well, though. Each time he's got that up, he's defended it. He's defended it well.
Allen punches out, unable to land. Munoz loads up. Allen is down and Munoz gets it done.
Wow. And the crowd is going crazy right now.
The Ogden crowd in awe of Austin Munoz. Jason, I'm speechless.
I am too. I don't know what to say. That was a great fight, great back and forth. Munoz, very aggressive. I felt like he could see that one shot. He was looking for it, and he got it. He almost got it into that first round. You've seen him get it towards the end of the second round.
Swings for the fences until they land, and Austin Munoz is going to extend that record to 2-0. Isaac Allen back up, has his wits about him on the stool. Second round finish for the fighter out of Team Link in Layton, Utah. The trajectory on this kid just skyrocketed, Jason.
We're 5 fights in, and we've had 5 fight of the night candidates so far tonight. This has been a great night, Blake.
We see Isaac Allen, I apologize, seated. Austin Munoz standing. All respect between the two as they go over to each other. An absolute war. Chaos covered the entirety of that bout. And Austin Munoz is about to get his hand raised right now. We'll take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Seljestad has called a stop to this contest at 55 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by TKO, Austin Munoz.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner tonight, Austin, you brought quite the crowd here with you tonight.
Always, I love my supporters.
I love it. So that was a back and forth first round. You were both going at it. Both of you in some tough spots in there. Did you expect that first round to go the way it did?
No, not at all. A lot tougher than expected, though, that's for sure. He's one tough son of a bitch. That's for sure.
So coming into that second round, you seemed to be a little more calm and collected. Seemed like you were looking for that big shot. Did you think you were going to land that big shot?
Eventually, yeah, but I was hoping for earlier because I'm tired. First round was tough. So I had to definitely slow it down or else I was going to gas out fast in that second.
I want to take a look at the big screen up here. I want you to take a look here and kind of walk me through this finish and what you saw and how you landed that big overhand. That's kind of quick.
Yeah, I don't know, I was setting it up, face jab, body jab, overhand, full body into it. I leaned full body into it and it worked.
Yeah, beautiful finish. You're 2-0 now. Are we going to see you back in the cage?
I guess we'll see.
I love it. Anybody you want to give thanks to tonight? Family, friends, sponsors?
I want to thank Team Link. I want to thank all my brothers, friends, family, every single person who's here to support me, and all my sponsors. Really just thank my brother for getting me back in here. Without him, I wouldn't be in here. And thank my dad for getting us into this, and then Fabio for coaching us all through it. Especially them, but especially my family, Mom, Lance, my stepdad.
Mom's right there.
That's my mom's out there. Mom's out there, and then my girlfriend for always supporting me.
Right on, ladies and gentlemen, get up your winner, Mr. Austin Munoz.
almost is taking it a step above.
It really is. We have not had a bad fight tonight. They have all been barn burners.
It's also been very difficult to call all the action all at once. It's been absolute offense from the second the bell rings.
Yeah, it's like there's no break. I'm just as tired as the fighters are. They're trying to call these fights.
Having an absolute blast, and this one looks to follow suit. Arjon Jeromi facing off against Spencer Hansen. Spencer Hansen out of Excite MMA. They're 2-0 so far. They're looking to go undefeated tonight.
Yeah, these guys are a problem. They got Mike Jones down there now coaching. Maybe we see them go on another run where they win 8, 9, 10 fights in a row again out of Excite MMA.
All right, with that, it looks like we are just about ready to bring out the next pair of fighters. For that, we will give it to our man, Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Sketty To Go. As a proud local business focused on making every experience a delightful memory, Sketty To Go is a fun and friendly restaurant in Layton, Utah. They use the best ingredients and provide a positive atmosphere. Stop by their restaurant in person, let them cater your next event, or order online at skettytogo.com. Get your Sketty on at Sketty To Go. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Arjon Jeromi and then Spencer Hansen to the cage.
Nearly 8 years removed from MMA competition, back en route to the cage is Arjon Jeromi. Jason, there was certainly some striking competency in 2016. I can't imagine what that has evolved into in his time away.
Yeah, only time will tell what's going to happen from his time being away. I'm sure he's polished up some things. We're probably going to see a completely different fighter than the last time we saw him step in the cage.
We see Andrew Boquette and Jeremy Horn in the corner. They cornered Arjon 8 years ago, a firm foundation for him over at Elite Performance. Not a couple of bad guys to have in your corner.
No, not a bad corner at all.
2,878 days since his last bout. His debut was down in Hurricane, Utah, just about 10 miles east of St. George. And I do have to mention, he competed in a significantly larger cage, probably 2, maybe even 3 times larger than the size of this one, Jason.
Oh, yeah, that cage down there was huge.
Will certainly be different, but Arjon Jeromi back for the first time. His debut, he was 26 years old. He turns 34 on Monday. Excited to see where the gaps have been filled for the fighter out of Elite Performance in Salt Lake City.
He's been hitting the gym, that's for sure. He looks huge in there tonight. He's a big kid.
Turning it around just months after his inaugural walk is Excite MMA's Spencer Hansen. Jason, he looked great in the opening moments of the debut, just cut a little bit short for us to really see his style in full form.
Yeah, I'd like to see what he brings now, get him a little bit more of a camp in there, get those first fight jitters out of the way, and let's see what he brings tonight.
Spencer Hansen took his debut on short notice, clearly more time in the lead up to his sophomore appearance. We will see how he fares in his second amateur walk.
It's another great matchup, both these guys. They both look in phenomenal shape. They look great, both look conditioned.
With that, let's go ahead and pull up our tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro. This amateur welterweight bout between Arjon Jeromi as well as Spencer Hansen. Jeromi, 6 years senior, again, turns 34 on Monday. 3 inches taller will also be in favor of Jeromi. Spencer Hansen weighed in yesterday at 170 pounds. Jeromi weighing in at 169.5. Both fighters with no win in their record just yet. One of them will get a tick in their W in a matter of moments. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Sketty To Go. This fight is an amateur welterweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyestead. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 0 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 169 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Jeremy Horn's Elite Performance MMA, hailing from Lehi, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Arjon Jeromi. And Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also holding an amateur record of 0 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Excite MMA, hailing from Lehigh, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Spencer Hansen!
Excite MMA's Spencer Hansen in the red gloves. Long-awaited return for Arjon Jeromi stands across in the blue. This welterweight bout is brought to you by Sketty to Go, quality spaghetti without the wait. Open now in Layton, Utah. Sketty to Go, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Arjon doing a good job, some feints and connecting on Hansen. Quick timeout by Dave Sellistead.
Hansen lost his mouthpiece there. Arjon hit him with a nice shot there, kind of rung his bell a little bit.
Quick connection between the two as they separate once again. Spencer Hansen's debut was back in December. A 3-month layoff for the fighter out of Excite MMA, looking to extend their camp streak to 3 right now as he blitzes. Arjon privy to it. A little bit more of a feeling out process than we've seen thus far, Jason.
Yeah, a lot more, a little bit different than the previous 5 fights we've seen tonight.
Hansen looking to dump, he will. Finds Arjon on his back and immediately gets to work is Hansen.
I could tell by that takedown, this is where Hansen wants this fight, is on the ground.
Shot for a takedown in the opening seconds of his first fight. Able to land this one. And now more home is Hansen.
Yeah, landing heavy pressure right now from Hansen. Arjon doing a good job getting his knee in there and right into side control there. Nice job by Hansen.
Arjon kept his first fight primarily standing, did secure a couple of slick reversals when taken down, but Hansen's pressure seems to be giving problems thus far.
Yeah, Hansen with heavy pressure. Looks like he's trying to sneak that leg through and go to mount.
You see Hansen trying to free that leg up, Jason, just like you said. He's met by the cage.
Yeah, and he's just driving that shoulder in his head. Heavy pressure from Hansen on top right now. Just suffocating Arjon. It's a position I do not like to be in jiu-jitsu, Blake. We're right in Hansen's corner. Hansen passing straight to side control.
Spencer Hansen garners power with every punch that he throws. In a tight spot right now as he transitions to mount. Finds himself in his home corner and a pop from the crowd.
Nothing clean flush yet, but that pressure from Hansen is just too much so far in this first round.
Final seconds of round 1. Dave Sellistead thinking about it. Arjon, great job recovering, making sure he covers up. And now we will go to a second round. First time for Spencer Hansen.
Yeah, I like Dave letting that go. Nothing real heavy landing, nothing real clean, letting those last few seconds ride out there. Great round by Spencer Hansen. Great pressure, got the takedown, capitalized on it, landed some damage.
Over in the corner of Arjon Jeromi. Not the best way to come back after 8 years away. Jason, your thoughts on what might be being said between Jeremy Horn as well as Andrew Bouquet?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get his composure there, just kind of relax. Try to keep the fight standing. I think he knows the game plan now. If Hansen's going to want to get that fight to the ground, Arjon's going to want to keep the fight. I mean, he landed a really good shot to start the fight when Spencer shot. He landed a good shot, knocked out the mouthpiece. So he knows it's coming. And if he can land a shot, he may be able to put Spencer Hansen out.
A primary attack for Arjon was his accurate leg kicks back in the debut. Again, it has been so much time. We will have to see if he goes back to that in any way. Top of the second round of a possible 3 between these two. Back in on the takedown, finds Arjon down. The up kick by Arjon gives Hansen a little bit more trouble trying to get his way over to mount, Jason.
Yeah, you can just see the difference once this fight goes to the ground. Hansen just a little bit more skilled on the ground than Arjon right now, and we're back in the same position we were in to finish that first round. Dave taking a close look. This fight could be done here in any second.
More offense from Hansen. Arjon begins to move a little bit more. Jason, we're hearing from the corner of Arjon that he has to move in order to get some sort of offense going or just render more defensive. He's looking to do so right now.
How gassed, how much energy is he using trying to get up, and he's right back in that position that's got to be deflating. When you get that close to reversing that position, he's right back on his back with Spencer landing shots.
More of the same. Dave Selyusted is going to call it. Spencer Hansen at his suffocating best, and Excite MMA goes 3-0 on the night.
Great performance by Spencer Hansen. He did what he wanted to do. He got the takedown, he controlled it, grounded pound. Ooh, look, Spencer's got a little cut there. Was that from that up kick?
It must have been ideal outcome for the bloodied fighter out of Excite MMA. Spencer Hansen is going to move to 1-1. Tough night out for Arjon Jeromi, but showed a lot of promise. Jason Laporte on his way to getting the post-fight interview. And with that, it is with my pleasure that we get to bring in my guy, Joel Haro, into the broadcast booth. Joel, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Blake. Thanks for asking. How about yourself, my friend?
I'm hearing a little bit of hoarseness in the voice. Are you? Did you just corner a fight or something like that?
Sure did. Naya did great in her second kickboxing fight. Can't say enough good things about her. She did everything we asked for, everything we told her to do. It was great.
Arjon Jeromi, a valiant effort, unfortunately, unable to get his hand raised in this one. Spencer Hansen, the moment belongs to him as he gets wiped off by his coach, Carson Hardman, prior to getting his hand raised. Looks like we are just about ready to make it official. Dave Selyusted awaiting center of the cage. And with that, we will kick it over to our man, Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selyusted has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 12 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by referee stoppage due to ground and pound. Out of the red corner, Spencer Hansen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here at the winner, Spencer Hansen. Spencer, that was a dominant performance. Took it right to the ground, dominant. It looked like he caught you with a shot when you shot early in that first round. Were you stunned at any point in that first round?
Absolutely, he's got super heavy hands. Thank you so much for the fight.
Was that the plan, to get that fight to the ground and finish it like that?
Absolutely.
I love it. What's next for you? Come in here, you get a big win. Where do you go from here?
I just keep training. I really just do this for keep the weight off, you know?
Well, you're doing a pretty good job at it.
My wife says otherwise.
Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Sponsors, friends, family?
Well, I think everybody who's involved in my life, my coaches, my wife, watching my 3 kids. I think they're here. I don't know where, but thanks for coming out and watching me. And God, of course.
Right on, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Mr. Spencer Hansen. You're the new middleweight champ now. So where do you go here? When are you going to defend the title?
Get on your feet, put your hands together, and make some noise!
I think in April, I want to fight at the UVU, April 20th.
Bantamweight champion, Jackson DeGray.
This guy's going to bring it tonight. He will be a handful.
On the button, it's Mike Jones getting it done.
All right, welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9, presented by Rush Hydro. Blake O'Ruling alongside Jason Laporte, and as mentioned earlier on, Joel Haro in the broadcast booth as well. Jason, what a showing by Spencer Hansen. I mean, that was a really, really solid performance, so much better than how things showed out in the first fight.
Yeah, executed his game plan perfectly. I was talking to him after the interview, asking him about where the cut came from, if it came from the up kick. He says it might have came from the fence when he was going for the takedown. He thinks grinding against the fence may have split that eye open a little bit.
Still goes through with the win for Spencer Hansen, and now we headline the prelims between RJ Wilgar and Nick Jackson. RJ Wilgar, another fighter out of Fusion MMA in St. George. Nick Jackson, the lone independent on this card. Jason, we saw him in November. I'm curious to see how he plays out here. He got a win a few weeks following his initial loss, but we'll see how he looks in his third walk.
Yeah, I mean, I always love seeing these guys making these quick turnarounds. They get a couple fights under their belt. They make a few adjustments. We'll see what adjustments Nick has made and see if he can execute them tonight.
All right, we'll bring him out right now. We'll take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, our final fight of the preliminary card is sponsored by Pat's Media Productions. They have provided a top-tier broadcast for the Fierce fans at home who are streaming this event live on the Fierce Fighting Championship YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe channel and might need a battery on this microphone, but be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications button for all your future Fierce Fighting Championship content, including fighter podcast interviews, highlight reels, and all of the fight replays and much more. Then after this fight and during the intermission, head on over to fiercefightingchampionship.com and click on the link to purchase the pay-per-view for the upcoming May card, also being broadcast by Pat's Media Production. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Nick Jackson and then RJ Wilgar to the cage.
All right, for the third time in 4 months, here is Nick Jackson. Jason, some adjustments from fight 1 to fight 2 led him to a slick submission victory in December. A step up tonight in competition, but he seems to have leveled up since we last saw him opposite Carson Craig.
Yeah, this is what the amateurs are for. This is, you get in there, you get a little bit of experience, you make some adjustments, you have some wins, you have some losses, and he's coming back in here making a quick turnaround.
Joel, fight 1 and fight 2 were only 3 weeks apart, eager to get reps in wherever he seems to be able to occupy a card.
Oh, absolutely. Especially as an amateur, it's all about getting those reps in, getting comfortable fighting in the cage, right? Getting punched, all of the above, right? We do it on a daily basis in sparring, but fighting is completely different than training, right? So getting it, having that quick turnaround helps a lot. Get the jitters out, makes you feel more comfortable in there, and I'm really excited to see what Nick Jackson brings tonight.
Over a year of Muay Thai reps in the bank for Nick Jackson as he's about to get checked out by the commission. A former collegiate athlete as well, college football at Southern Utah University, a defensive end at 235 pounds, played soccer at the University of Utah at 185 pounds, and now made the walk yesterday, or tipped the scales, I should say, at 170 pounds, Jason.
Yeah, he looks in great shape. You're playing in any kind of soccer game, you're conditioned.
Oh, absolutely.
Excited to see the independent Nick Jackson. Mentioned yesterday at the weigh-ins, he's looking to find a gym to call home. We will have to see what the future holds for him, but right now, facing opposite, RJ Wilgar. Well, wherever he makes the walk, entertainment ensues. Enter RJ Wilgar. Joel, a top 10 welterweight in the state of Utah with a pair of jaw-dropping finishes. This Ogden crowd is in for a treat.
Oh, absolutely. Every fight that RJ fights, and he's always bringing it. He's always entertaining. And we're going to see him tonight live here in Ogden, and it's going to be great. Everyone's in for a treat tonight.
Jason, 2 finishes with one-and-done type power. He secured an 18-second knockout in his MMA debut just under a year ago.
Yeah, this guy's fireworks, and if his teammate set this tone earlier, Brandon Ramirez landed some heavy shots, landed heavy leg kicks. We'll see if he kind of implements some of that same game plan as we saw from his teammate.
Both wins have been by finish. 1 in the first round, 1 in the third round. Also has a decision loss. We will see how Wilgar fares in his 4th bout in just about over a year. RJ Wilgar coming up from St. George at Fusion MMA, home to so many talented prospects. Joel, we've seen so many over the years. I know you've got some friends down there as well.
Oh, absolutely. Some to name off, Zane Darlington, Christian Reese. Like they have a great facility down there, and an even better team. Like I went down there a few months ago, I should say. We trained. I got to teach some of those guys and girls, and it was great.
With that, let's go ahead and pull up our tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this amateur welterweight bout. Nick Jackson, 2-year senior, identical in height. Nick Jackson weighing in at 170 pounds. RJ Wilgar with a record of 2-1. Nick Jackson with a record of 1-1. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Pat's Media Productions. This fight is an amateur welterweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyastad. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 1 win and 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting as an independent fighter, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Nick, the Zen King Jackson. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 169 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Fusion MMA and Jiu-Jitsu, hailing from St. George, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for RJ Wilgar.
Fusion MMA's RJ Wilgar on the road in red gloves. The freshly active Nick Jackson awaits opposite in the blue. This welterweight bout is brought to you by Pat's Media, providing a top-tier broadcast for whatever you're looking to showcase. Pat's Media, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Back in action is RJ Wilgar. First fights in September as he closes the distance early.
Yeah, RJ came right to the middle, ready to sling and bang.
Blindingly quick are the two fighters, Jason. You got to wonder who connects first. It's going to be RJ.
Something tells me not to blink in this fight.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Jason. Exchanging right hands for right hands. I love it.
Wilgar invests in the body as Jackson attempts to take him down.
Nice trip.
Wilgar was slapping him when he was holding the leg there. I like that.
A fascinating matchup between these two. Nick Jackson has improved vastly, Jason, since we saw him in November.
Yeah, he looks good tonight.
Yeah, that was a very hard leg kick he landed on RJ there. Heard the slap echo here in the gym.
Met with some punches is Wilgar. He backs up to the fence and circles his way out.
Looks like both fighters are starting to calm down a little bit now after an exciting opening minute. Oh.
Down is Jackson, doesn't know where he is. RJ Wilgar finds himself in the win column.
Wow, that was very impressive. Right as I start saying, they start, relaxing a little bit in there. Bam, it happens.
Jason, a delayed finish.
Yeah, I said don't blink about 30 seconds ago, and if you blink, you missed that because that was a delayed reaction. I think he caught him right on the temple.
Joel, it's not every day you see those.
Not every day. Not every day. That happened quick. That was great. Oh, what an exciting finish.
We're going to see if we can pull up that replay between these two. Joel, we're going to have you go ahead and break that down for us. This replay is brought to you by Rush Hydro. Joel, take it away.
All righty, looks here. He's setting up that right hand, comes in with that jab, that quick jab with the right overhand, right quick, and it was lights out. Very impressive finish by Wilgar.
Looks like we're going to slow it down just a bit for you. Break down the movement a little bit.
1-2, your basic jab cross. That's what they teach us on day one, right, Blake?
Piston of a right hand finds RJ Wilgar 3-1 and looks to be one of the top contenders in the state of Utah. All love and respect between the two as they embrace mutual respect given the fact that both of them were firecrackers, Joel.
Firecrackers right off the bat, man.
Blinding speed, and RJ Wilgar is going to cement himself as a top name in just a few moments.
But let's definitely give the credit where credit's due. You know, Nick Jackson came in ready to bring it. Right when the bell went off, they were going back and forth, exchanging right hands. Nothing to be ashamed of, for sure.
With that, we'll make it official right now with Jackson Host.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selyuset has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 18 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, RJ Wilgar.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with the winner, RJ. RJ, phenomenal performance. You guys came in there and were banging to start this fight. Did you expect that fight to go that way?
Yeah, I did actually. I needed to settle down and listen to my coach. I was just so stoked to get back in here, man. My last fight coming off a loss. Just been motivated, just been putting in the work, man. It just feels so good for it to pay off.
Yeah, that was nice. You looked like you caught him with a clean shot to end it. I want to go to the replay screen up here and kind of walk me through that finish there, what you caught him with.
Yeah, so finally I started to settle down a little bit, and I heard my coach say, step in with the 1-2. And I guess he just freaking tagged him.
Yeah, it looks like you caught him like right on the temple because there's a little bit of a delayed reaction. We were talking about on the broadcast not to blink, and if you blink, you miss that. So you're back in the winning column. Where do you go from here?
Just process remains the same, man. Just keep working hard. I'm blessed with a beautiful wife. I'll have a son born in June. I already have one son, 20 months old. I'm just so grateful, man. I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't be standing here today.
I love it. Anybody else you want to give a shot? Sponsors, friends, family?
My family, Preventive Pest Control, the best pest control company out there, Advanced Mobile IV, and hopefully I can pick up some more sponsors along this journey.
I love it. We can't wait to see you back in the case. Congratulations again to your winner, RJ Wilgar.
Hey guys, good to meet you. My name is Kyle Diva. This is Ramsey Nijum. We are the Coach and the Casual podcast. We have a lot of big UFC guys on, Paulo Castro, Drickus Duplessis, Aljamain Sterling, and a lot of big guys. We would love your support. We're locally here. We shoot out of Sandy, Utah. Big supporters of Fierce Fighting. We had a lot of these guys on.
All right. How many out here are Paulo Costa fans? Anyone? Anyone? I have a signed shirt to give away tonight from Paulo Costa. Who wants it? Who wants a signed shirt? All right. This is how you're going to win it. You're going to pull out your phone. Everyone has one. You're going to subscribe to the Coach and the Casual. And we're going to pick one person from there, Diego, our producer, and he'll reach out and give you a signed jersey by the one and only Paulo Costa. Hey, how the fight's going? Yeah? Who's here to watch Julian get a knockout? Who's here to support Utah MMA? Oh, you're the most quiet crowd, all right.
Okay guys, YouTube and Instagram, Coach and the Casual. Go subscribe, we're giving away a shirt. Subscribe. Thank you so much.
All right. The Coach and the Casual, Ramsey and Kyle, thank you too. Fierce fans, welcome to the main card. Everyone tuning into the pay-per-view and everyone here at Bonneville High School in Ogden, Utah, put your hands together and make some noise! We are going to start this card off with the next fight of the evening, sponsored by Detail Sharks. With over 10 years of experience, they have polished the Thunderbirds, cleaned the roller coasters at Lagoon, ceramic-coated supercars, but more importantly, they've mastered the art of shampooing and detailing your vehicles. For all of your mobile detailing needs, trust Detail Sharks. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Sydney Blackwood III and then Brandon Ferrera to the cage.
"16 months void of MMA competition, but back is Sydney Blackwood." Jason, the accuracy in which Sydney throws his strikes seems to separate him from the deep talent pools at lightweight.
Yeah, he's a huge guy huge frame for a lightweight fighter. He's big, he's long, throws accurate shots. We've seen him have a highlight reel head kick knockout. Yeah, this guy's going to bring it tonight. This is a great fight. I highlighted this on the pre-fight thing as one of my fights of the night because both these guys bring it. Sidney Blackwood and Brendan Ferrera.
Yeah, Joel, 3 fights in 2023. No cage time, however, in 16 months for him. We'll see if we have to shake off any of the cobwebs.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes taking that amount of time off, people always talk about, what about ring rust? He hasn't fought in a little while. Well, it's all about the training, man. If you train your hardest and put in all the work during your fight camp, the fight's gonna feel just like training, but just a little bit more intense, right? So I'm really excited to see Sidney Blackwood back, and would love to see what he's been working on, and I feel like we're in for a show.
All love and back-to-back finishes render a step up in competition tonight for Brendan Ferrera. Joel seems to have found his footing as this 5th walk commences. There's been an apparent growth in every facet of his game over the last handful of years.
Oh, absolutely. Brendan's one of my teammates up at the dojo, and he helped me train for my last fight, and boy, that kid can kick, man. He kicks. I've never been kicked as hard as he's kicked me before, and he has been making a lot of improvements in his game. And he had some really good breakthroughs throughout this fight camp, and I'm excited to see him come out here and perform. He's a heavy hitter, and you guys, like I said, everyone's here for a treat for this fight.
Yeah, Jason, back-to-back wins for Ferrera. He seems to have really picked up the pace and been able to garner a couple of wins over the last couple of years.
Yeah, we've seen him getting better and better every fight. He's 2-2 now. Let's see if he can get that record over 500 and 3-2 tonight. This is a big fight. This is a huge fight.
All right, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this amateur lightweight bout. Sidney Blackwood, 8 years senior. Ferrera, one of the youngest fighters on this card at 20 years of age. 1 inch taller is Ferrera. Sidney Blackwood missed weight last night at 159 pounds, missing by 3 pounds at that 156-pound limit. Ferrera making weight at 154.5 pounds. Blackwood with a record of 2-1. Ferrera with a record of 2-2. And with that, let's kick it over to Jackson Hubs to kick off this main card.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Detail Sharks. This fight is an amateur lightweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in above the contracted weight at 159 pounds. Fighting out of Extreme Couture MMA, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Memphis, Tennessee. Fierce fans, make some noise for Sidney Blackwood III. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 154.5 pounds. Fighting out of the dojo, hailing from Kaysville, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Brendan Ferrera.
Looking to string the streak to 3 is Brendan Ferrera in the red gloves. On the brink of title contention is Sidney Blackwood, strapped up in the blue gloves. This lightweight bout is brought to you by Detail Sharks. Leave your vehicle looking and feeling like it just rolled off the lot. Detail Sharks, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
I don't know how either of these kids make 155. Both these kids are huge.
Yeah, these are big 55ers here. Nice low kick to start off the fight.
Combined 28 months off between these two of MMA competition.
Ooh, good head kick there.
Blackwood utilizing the range early on as Ferrera follows up with a leg kick of his own.
Just barely getting out of range there from that cross there from Blackwood.
Shooting in on the takedown is Blackwood. Ferrera keen to it.
Great job of getting those underhooks in there.
Ooh, way to follow through with that trip there.
Ferrera finds himself on his back. Threw up 4 sub attempts. in his last bout, as well as a pair of reversals. We'll have to see how he fares early on here in round number 1. Blackwood grew up wrestling in high school and started at Extreme Couture a few years ago simply because he wanted to get back into a wrestling room. We see him utilizing that skill set early on here.
I'd like to see Ferrera start getting some inside position here, get some inside frames, and utilize the fence to get up. See if he can get himself to the fence to utilize that. Sydney doing a great job of controlling there up against the fence. Head position in under Brendan's chin. Controlling the position there. Now looking to posture up and do some damage, it looks like.
Some more offense, peppering in the shots is Blackwood. Ferrera trying to find his way back up to the feet, primarily where he likes to keep his bouts.
I'd like to see him lose that underhook there to try to create some space between him and Sydney.
Just suffocating pressure by Blackwood, Joel. It's hard for Brendan to get anything really going.
Oh, definitely, especially when he's got that forward pressure there.
See some punishing blows right up against the broadcast booth by Blackwood.
Brendan's trying to get those inside positions there. Looks like he's trying to create some space there.
Separated for a moment, but stuck on him is Blackwood. Final 10 seconds in what has been primarily controlled by the fighter out of Extreme Couture.
Huge shot. Hard shot, and a shot after the bell.
Devastating shot to close out the round. Wakes up the crowd just a little bit in what was majority control time. Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, beautiful job by Sydney. He gets a good takedown. He's control it. In this second round, I'd like to see him land a little bit more, maybe land a little bit more punishing shots when he's in those positions. Brendan doing a great job keeping him from landing those big shots as well until the end of the round there when he got caught with a couple.
Joel Ferrera wearing it well. I mean, he took a couple of punishing blows right there at the end.
Oh, totally. I mean, he's staying cool, calm, and collected, just like how I know he trains. You know, getting some good instruction there from Bobby King, and coming out with the second round, I feel like he needs to move his feet a little bit more to try to avoid that takedown. Now that Sydney has landed that takedown, I feel like he may come in right off the bat to try to rush it and take it back down there. But, you know, we're about to find out.
Top of the second round of a possible 3. Brendan Ferrera in the red gloves, Sydney Blackwood in the blue.
Keep in mind, for those watching at home, Brendan's only 20 years old. He's still a kid, still growing into his frame.
8-year age differential between these two as Ferrera swings and lands on a whole lot of air.
Nice left hand there from Sydney. Ooh, nice shot to the body.
Straight into the breadbasket is Ferrera as Blackwood teeps out. Joel, you mentioned the kicking of Ferrera. How much do you think he's going to try to bring that into play considering the takedown in the last round?
You know, after that, getting that takedown, I'm sure he's a little wary about throwing those kicks, just the fear of the takedown. But right now, he's starting to let his hands go. He's starting to find a place for his right hand and his left hook a little bit.
Stiff jab lands perfectly for Blackwood. Ferrera follows up with a combination of his own.
I like the pace that Brendan's putting on right now. I mean, how exhausted is Blackwood going to be from trying to cut that weight, missing weight by 4 pounds? He could be a little exhausted from that weight cut.
Totally. I totally agree with that.
So I like Brendan pushing the pace, landing body shots, investing to the body.
Yeah, now I feel like we're starting to see Brendan get a little bit more comfortable in there. He's starting to let off a little bit more.
Ferrera
controlling the fight.
Breaks through the guard and gets a pop from the local crowd. Blackwood attempts to the head, but follows up to the body.
Great composure from Ferrera, not rushing in there.
Yeah, he's being smart with his shots. He's picking his shots. He's not trying to rush in to create any crazy scrambles or anything like that. You can totally tell he's feeling a lot more comfortable in there.
Some slapping
Ooh,
leg kicks
good
as he
left
follows
hand.
up. Ferrera getting his offense going. The motor warming up as Blackwood closes the distance and goes back to where he was successful in the first 3 minutes. Floored is
Heavy
Ferrera.
takedown.
This will be very interesting, just round to score, because I feel like Brendan was winning on the feet.
Absolutely. But, I mean, we don't see Sidney doing too much with that takedown, just sitting in the guard. You know, I guess depending on the judges, you know, that's the bummer part about takedowns.
We've seen the trend, however, prioritize more damage than control time over the last 18 months or so in the sport of MMA. All over the country, we'll have to see what the judges think if we do go for another 3.5 minutes. 20 ticks to go here at the bottom of round 2. Smile from Ferrera as Blackwood tries to throw in some offense of his own, nearing the end of round number 2.
Yeah, this will be a really tough round to score for the judges. Brendan doing a great job keeping the hands, tying them up, keeping them tied up.
6 minutes down. It could be evened at 1, Jason.
I would probably give a slight edge to Brendan in that round just because of he was a little more active. He was landing shots. Sidney did get the takedown. It's all going to – Sidney looks gas right now in the corner. This fight is going to come down to, can Brendan keep it on his feet? Because I feel like if he can keep it on the feet, he's going to win. I feel like if Blackwood gets another takedown and can land some damage, fight could go his way.
Joel, we see the deep inhale and exhale in the side of Blackwood.
Yeah, you know, Sidney's looking a little tired. I'm sure he's feeling that weight cut that he had yesterday. You know, and I'm sure the same thing's going through his head right now. He's like, I need to take this fight to the ground. I can't risk it on the feet. He's gotten rocked a couple times already in that last round. So yeah, I'm assuming Sidney's gonna come in, clinch up, right away go for the takedown, try to win this fight off control.
I just got a text message for round 2 saying it's even.
I totally agree with that.
Hey,
Joe
Haro agrees. I'm not a judge. I'm not getting paid to judge. So.
Jolito knows, man.
Top of a third and final round between Brendan Ferrera as well as Sidney Blackwood. Tyler Tomlinson
earning his pay tonight.
Now this is a good fight, guys.
It's a great matchup.
Great matchup.
Ferrera more composed than we saw in his last bout 12 months ago. 4 straight fights won between these two fighters, each on the brink of title contention with a win here. Double head kick, both land, both stay on their feet. Ferrera, combination.
There goes that takedown from Sidney. Brendan needs to work his way up. He needs to push that head away and start getting up.
More active is Ferrera on the bottom. More urgency than we've seen before. Blackwood now chases the back. Ferrera.
Nice escape from Brendan.
Circles his way in, finds himself in side control, and immediately into the guard, back where he's been for the majority of this fight. Ferrera nearly had his back taken, conceded his back 3 times last year in his fight. Seems to have improved in that aspect, given that Blackwood has only found it once throughout the first 2 rounds.
You got to see Brendan get up here.
Yeah, you can hear the corner. Bobby King's in the corner yelling for him to get up, and he's trying. Sidney's strong.
Sidney's very strong.
Very strong. He's heavy. He's got heavy pressure. Brendan's going to need to get up if he has any chance of winning this fight right now. Well, maybe there's a submission there.
Maybe that. Maybe the ref ends up standing him up. Who knows? You never know.
Not much action from either side as Blackwood does throw in that exchange.
And Brendan gets up.
Ferrera separates the local crowd in his favor.
Staying in his face is Brendan Ferrera.
And
trying
Jason,
to stalk him down.
Jason, you've got to think Ferrera's going to need to do something in order to swing the tide of the judges. The control time is becoming to be overwhelming in favor of Blackwood.
Yeah, and Blackwood just landed a couple big shots when they stood up there. That could be the difference in this round. Brendan in a good spot. Maybe.
Under a minute to go in the 3rd round. Blackwood has seemed to swell to a favorite here in the third and final round. We will have to see how things play out.
Brandon is doing a great job of not taking any punishment for this position, but he just can't seem to get up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sydney's doing a great job, heavy pressure.
We primarily talked about Sydney Blackwood's striking on his walkout, but it's been his wrestling that has been his bread and butter thus far, Jason.
Yeah, it has been. I'm sure Roman in his corner was telling him, just get the takedown, pressure, land some damage.
And with that, we will go to the judges' scorecards. The fate of these two, with a potential title shot on the line, lies in the balance of the officiates here tonight. Sydney Blackwood in the corner of Roman, one of the main training partners, or training coaches, I should say, over at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas.
My wallet keeps falling out of my pocket tonight, Blake.
Brendan Ferrera. A little bit of frustration shown on his face. Certainly wanted this one, as he does want every single one, but
totally
wasn't necessarily the best showing by him. And more so, it's been the offense of Blackwood that got him potentially that win. We don't know yet, but
definitely that wrestling of Blackwood definitely came into play tonight. And you know, if he does get his hand raised, you know, he came in with the game plan, a good game plan, and you know, that's just the fight game.
Looks like we are just about ready to make it official. Jackson Hoops receiving the judges' scorecards in hand now, as we'll congregate at the center of the cage between these two lightweights. And right now, to hear the judges' verdict, we'll take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Sydney Blackwood III.
Come on over here, Sydney. You got to come to my good side over here. You got your mouthpiece out? Let's face the camera right here. Ladies and gentlemen, here with your winner, Sydney. Sydney, welcome back to the Fierce Fighting Championship cage. I know you've had some time off. You had an injury. Kind of talk me through the injury and what brought you back into the cage tonight.
I actually had a spine infection, so I could barely walk. Had to get the staph out of my system and all that. Took a long, long time. I was actually in the hospital in June. This is my first fight back.
So you're looking a little winded tonight. How you feeling? That was a tough fight. Brendan's a tough kid. Did you expect it to be this tough of a fight?
Yeah, he seemed pretty tough, pretty slick, great athleticism. I thought it'd be a good fight for sure.
Yeah, your wrestling definitely was the difference in that fight. You controlled him, landed some damage. Where do you go from here?
Keep fighting, trying to get more comfortable in here so I can show more of my skills. You know, yeah.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Not necessarily, no. Extreme Couture, shout out Extreme Couture.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Sydney Blackwood.
All right, welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9, presented by Rush Hydro. Sydney Blackwood gets the nod. That is 3 in a row for him. And Jason, really bright future for this kid. He went back to the well, his wrestling roots, and found a way to get the win over Brendan Ferrera.
Yeah, great job, great performance, coming off a spinal injury. Roman, his coach, mentioned that to me. That's why he did have that long layoff. comes in here, shakes the rust off from the layoff and the injury, and he had a good performance. He fought a tough kid in Brendan Ferrera, and I say kid because he's only 20 years old. Like, this kid's got a bright future.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a little brother of the gym. He's got a bright future. I'm excited to see where he when he comes back, bouncing off of this loss. And much love to you, Brendan.
With that, we will move over to the women's strawweight division. Haley Horde opposite Hannah Silva. With that, let's take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Glow Pop. This fight is an amateur strawweight bout. No, let me back up there. Glow Pop, they are very experienced in professionally making some noise, and with all sorts of gummies to choose from, Glow Pop is perfect for peak performance and for chilling after the fight. Expand your mind or melt away with proprietary blends of Blue Lotus, Delta, CBD, and natural herbs at Glow Pop. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Hannah Silva and Haley Horde to the cage.
Well, when she makes the walk, jubilation occupies the mind of the former Fierce FC strawweight champion, Hannah Silva. Jason dropped her last 3 in a row, but she has told me that getting back to the belt is what's motivating her every move headed into 2024 competition.
Yeah, I love watching Hannah Silva fight. She's always fun. She's always smiling. Still one of my best post-fight interviews when she won the title. I love watching Hannah Silva fight.
Joel, she's back at strawweight for the first time since April of 2023. 3-1 when both parties make weight, similar to her and Haley Horde, who's about to make the walk. We will have to see if she can get right back into her winning ways.
Oh, absolutely, and I've seen Hannah Silva fight. I've called her fights before. She's a very exciting fighter, really good jiu-jitsu. I'm excited to see where she, when she comes in and to see what she does tonight.
Hannah Silva occupying the cage consistently, her 4th fight in 11 months. The fighter out of St. George MMA, a small, tight ship ran between her fiance Morgan, as well as Morgan's brother Brody. We've seen Morgan College recently back in September. Hannah Silva's first time in the Fierce cage since April of 2023. 3.5 years away, but sights are set on staying in the win column as Boise, Idaho's Haley Horde commences her return. Joel, all wins by finish and hasn't been to a decision in nearly 6 years. A recipe for an entertaining fight on this main card.
Absolutely, especially paired up with Hannah Silva. This I don't see this fight going to the judges' scorecards at all.
Jason, 100% finish rate in wins for Haley Horde. Certainly someone to be excited for.
Yeah, I think this one is not going to go to the judges' scorecard tonight. They're going to be scrapping as soon as that bell rings.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape for this amateur strawweight bout between Hannah Silva and Haley Horde, presented by Rush Hydro. Horde, 12 years senior to Silva. That is the largest age discrepancy on this card. Silva will stand 2 inches taller. Silva weighing in yesterday at 114 pounds. Haley Horde weighing in at 113.5 pounds. Silva with a record of 4-3. Haley Horde with a record of 3-5. Haley Horde and Hannah Silva, both purple belts in jiu-jitsu. The grappling has been an A side to each of their games throughout the entirety of their careers. 3 total submission wins between the two of them. And with that, we are just about ready to announce them in the cage. We'll take it over to our man, Jackson Hooks.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Glow Pop. This fight is an amateur strawweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyestad. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 4 wins and 3 losses. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighing at 114 pounds. Fighting out of St. George MMA, hailing from St. George, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for the former strawweight champion, Hannah Silva. And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 3 wins and 5 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall and weighing in at 113 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of the garage, hailing from Boise, Idaho. Fierce fans, make some noise for Haley, 100 pounds of hate, Horde.
Fierce debut for Haley Horde in the red gloves. Former Fierce FC strawweight champion Hannah Silva fitted in the blue. This strawweight bout is brought to you by Glowpop. For peak performance or relaxing after a match, head over to glowpop.com. Glowpop, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Haley Horde, first walk to an MMA cage in 924 days. Hannah Silva, more active over the past 12 months.
I like the movement from Hannah Silva today. Coming in and out with that jab, utilizing that pretty well.
Something Morgan College does a great job at as well. Silva connecting early upstairs as she'll look to engage in some grappling. Horde tags hit Silva. Horde a flurry of shots. Silva struggling to get her wits back about her as Horde now wraps up the front headlock.
Horde coming out with a lot of aggression.
Got hit a couple of times by Hannah, and she answered back.
Absolutely, clipped her with that left hook.
Horde engaging in the grappling again. 2 purple belts in jiu-jitsu. Hannah Silva, never been submitted in her career. Haley Horde holds 1 submission win. It was back in June of 2018. As Silva looks to get herself back up.
Hannah looking for that single leg. Good underhook there from Horde.
Haley Horde competed in a grappling tournament in Boise last April, securing a bronze medal.
Good head position from Hannah Silva right now up against the cage.
Nice defense there from Horde up against the fence. Trying to push Hannah's face away to try to create some space, and Hannah gets that takedown.
Silva finds herself on top. Her last 3 fights, she has been on the weak side of control time. We will see if she can garner up some minutes here on top of Haley Horde here early in the fight.
Looks like Hannah Horde's looking, looks like Haley Horde is looking for a rubber guard there.
Silva separates herself with a slick pass, gets right underneath the legs, and now finds herself inside control. Horde fights back.
Good guard recovery there from Horde.
Very good matchup on the ground so far.
Back to that rubber guard is Horde.
I can just feel my knee tearing.
Yeah, that makes my knee hurt too, Jason. Looking for a triangle attempt.
Looks to be attacking the opposite arm, Joel.
Yep, now looking for that omoplata. Trying to sit up, 10 seconds left.
Privy to it is Silva as she finds her way up. Final seconds of round 1. And that will do it.
What a good first round from these ladies.
First 3 minutes in, it's kind of a coin toss, it seems like, Joel.
Absolutely. I'd give a slight edge over to Horde with that submission attempt. But a really good opening first round for these ladies here.
Jason, your thoughts on Hannah Silva? Good way to start, even initiated and got some top control time, but found herself in some trouble near the end.
Yeah, she was in some trouble in the end. I feel like Horde landed some big shots in the beginning of the fight. I think that's going to be the difference with them pretty much evening out on the ground there. Slight edge to Horde, like Joel said, to echo what he said, with that submissions attempt to finish the round, I'd give a slight edge to Horde.
Hannah Silva, 3 of her 4 wins have come by finish. 2 of them have been in the second round. As for Haley Horde, her 2 TKO finishes have been in the second round. We will have to see what plays out between these two as we head into minutes 3 through 6. Dave Sellistead, third man in the cage here tonight, as the two meet back in the center of the cage. Nice teep to the body landed by Horde. Silva unable to land. Horde punishes Silva, but Silva keeps stretching forward.
Silva doing a great job of controlling the cage here, guys.
Jason, you share that sentiment?
Yeah, I think she's doing a good job controlling so far, but
Ooh,
Horde's
good
looking
right
for that
hand.
big shot. She's landed 2-3 big right hands. Silva trying to tie up, and she does.
Some up kicks as well. Horde all offense, but finds herself on bottom.
Now Hannah looking to cause some damage from the top position here.
Silva in a prime position to get some offense going, but Haley Horde, a pair of punishing overhand rights.
Good body work there from Silva on top.
Yeah, Silva doing a great job now with the punishing shots, getting some body shots in there.
Hitting the liver side there, Jason.
That hurts, Joel.
Hannah looking to recover. I keep getting these ladies' names mixed up.
They're very similar.
Yeah, looking to get the guard recovered there is Horde.
She likes that rubber guard.
Hannah doing a great job blocking that short punch right up against the broadcast booth of Horde. Dave Sellistead going to separate the two. Not enough action by the two fighters. A second round action ensues.
See if Haley throws some of those big right hands.
Slapping leg kick for Horde. Mixing it up well.
Hannah taking a couple deep breaths.
Nice job from Hannah landing her combinations there. Coming in with that double jab cross.
Still on the front foot is Silva. She'll back up as Horde winds another hooking shot.
Horde looking, switching stances there to southpaw.
Met in the middle are the two fighters with
Ooh,
those
good
punches.
head kick.
Nice head kick.
Strong dexterity by Silva as she pieces up some combinations.
She recognized she got her rocked, guys.
Oh,
Looking to finish.
I'm surprised Dave didn't call that. Horde turned her back.
That will
And
do
there
it.
it is.
Hannah Silva back in the win column, recovers and records the W for the fighter out of St. George.
And there she goes dancing. I love Hannah Silva. I can't wait for this post-fight interview.
What an impressive performance from Hannah Silva. Her stand-up looked really great tonight.
Faced adversity through a lot of the fight. Said it at the end of round one, it was a coin toss. It seemed to continue on that trend through round two, but Hannah Silva gets it done late and embraces her coach and fiance Morgan College. Those two have been together through the majority of this career. Independence for nearly 2 years now, and is now 4-3 with this big win here in Ogden, Utah. Hannah Silva is going to get back to her winning ways. Haley Horde showing some discouragement following the bout, but a valiant effort. Those two overhand rights were massive, Joel.
Massive. They landed flush. You know, she has nothing to hang her head about tonight. She did fight a good fight. It happens. You get caught, and the fight can end pretty quick, just like that. But it made a good performance from both ladies tonight. That was a very exciting fight to be able to watch up close like this, Blake.
All right, with that, we're going to make it official right now with Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Sellistead has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by TKO due to strikes, Hannah Silva!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Hannah Silva. Hannah, you're back in the winning column. How are you feeling tonight?
I feel so good about that. I was on a 3-loss streak, stayed positive. I know what my goal is, and I just proved to myself again that I can get that win.
Yeah, that was an awesome fight. Great back and forth. She hit you with some good shots in that first round. You fought through the adversity. Were you in any trouble?
Not really. I mean, obviously it doesn't feel good to get hit, but I'm used to getting hit by bigger people, so I know for a fact that nothing was going to drop me, and I just kept going forward. So.
Yeah, that second round, you came out, you get a big finish standing on the feet. Did you think it was going to go this way? Did you feel like you were going to get the finish with striking tonight?
You know what? Same way. I said I want to get that choke first round. Want to win with strikes first round, but I'll take second round. So, yeah, you guys just got to believe in yourself. It's literally that easy. Just believe in yourself. No one can do that work but you.
Back in the winning circle. What's next from here?
I want my belt back. I'll fight anyone I need to get that belt back. Anyone. 115. I'll take them. I'm ready for that belt.
Anybody want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my cornerman, my fiance Morgan. He does so much for me. He is literally the best coach, best husband, everything. I want to give a shout out to Sand Hollow Golf Course maintenance crew. My job. I think this fight deserves a raise, right, Andy? I deserve a raise for this fight. Thank you to everyone that watches me. I love making people happy, and I just love Fierce. Thank you. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Hannah. Congratulations once again. And Andy, give her a raise.
Horde won. And you still have another one to go. And people ask me all the time, bro, you're 37. You're training so hard. I'm going to show you guys a secret. What get me going? This is what get me going. Yoshi Hydro, developed by one of the best nutritionists, Marcelo Fel. That's the first thing that I take. I've been taking after weighing. So I go to UFC and make the weight. That's the first thing that I take in recovery. And that's the thing that's going to get me going to the next session. Yoshi Hydro. I told you guys, the second round is done. Yoshi Hydro. That thing going to get you going. Make sure you get yours.
All right, welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9 presented by Rush Hydro. Joel, Hannah Silva getting back in the win column. I mean, she called for a title shot. Your thoughts on that?
Hey, let's give it to her, man. Let's have her fight for that title. Zach, give her that title fight.
Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, she came out, she was aggressive, she kept pushing the pace, she got in a few bad positions, got out of them, and it was great to see her finishing the fight. I know she's been working on her striking, and like I said before, she's one of my favorite post-fight interviews.
Hannah Silva extends the record to 5-3, back on track. Speaking of back on track, a couple of fighters who are looking to do so, Brendan Myers as well as Jordan Munoz. Both fighters fighting last October. Jordan Munoz getting the win. Brendan Myers getting knocked out in that title shot. But Jordan Munoz went on to fight again. And now both fighters looking to get back into that win column at 125 pounds. With that, let's bring them out with Jackson Hoops.
Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is sponsored by Sketty To Go. As a proud local business focused on making every experience a delightful memory, Sketty To Go is a fun and friendly restaurant in Layton, Utah. They use the best ingredients and provide a positive atmosphere. Stop by their restaurant in person, let them cater your next event, or order online at skettytogo.com. Get your Sketty on at Sketty To Go. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Jordan Munoz and then Brendan Myers to the cage.
Third walk in a 5-month span for the well-traveled Jordan Munoz. Jason, back in the Fierce cage where he found success last fall, besting the then undefeated Dietrich Jessup in under 40 seconds.
Yeah, he looked phenomenal in that fight. I love watching this kid fight. He always brings it. Don't let that 3-7 record deceive you. He will bring it tonight.
Joel, second time sharing the stage with family. We saw his brother Austin Munoz get his hand raised earlier. He was on the same card as his dad Eric Munoz in his debut back in April of 2019.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's just feeding off of that energy from his brother getting his hand raised earlier tonight. And like Jason said, don't look at that record and think he's a slouch. He's not. He's a tough kid. He always brings it every fight that he fights. And, I think it's going to be a good night for the Munoz family for sure.
You see those 3 wins. All 3 of them have been at this weight class at 125 pounds. Seems to have found his weight class in his 11th amateur walk. Here is Jordan Munoz in front of his hometown crowd. Team Link out of Layton, Utah, another northern Utah fighter who has been so active over the course of the last few years as he enters into the cage. And we'll wait for Brendan Myers. Back after the longest layoff of his career, enter the former Fierce FC title challenger, Brendan Myers. Joel, it wasn't the storybook ending as expected last October, but consistency has been key for the ever-active flyweight out of Agema.
Absolutely. Consistency is what Brendan Myers has been doing the last few months since his last fight. He was there. He was training. I was training at Agema for my last fight, and he was there in the room, grinding away, trying to get better. And I'm excited to see what he brings to the table tonight because I know how hard he's been working.
Jason, he's coming off of that loss, but we've seen Myers improve from adversity. His first loss was followed by a 3-fight unbeaten streak. We'll have to see how he answers the bell this time.
Already a different look from Brendan Myers tonight. He doesn't have the blonde hair tonight.
He's working at a pool as well. That's
okay, I can say he's got a little tan going. He's got the dark hair going.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape for this amateur flyweight bout between Jordan Munoz and Brendan Myers. Munoz, 4 years senior as well as 4 inches taller. Jordan Munoz weighing in at 126 pounds. Myers tipping the scales at 125. Munoz a little bit more long in the tooth with a record of 3-7. As for Myers, a record of 3-2 between these two flyweights as Brendan Myers enters the cage for the first time in 5 months. Myers appeared on 6 of the last 7 Challenger Series cards. I was talking to his coach, and he said, you got to get him on a Maverick Center show. I said, he just keeps falling into these Challenger Series cards. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he always seems to be at the Challenger Series, but I think with a win tonight, we may see him there. And vice versa with Jordan Munoz. If he can get a big win here tonight, we may see him at the Maverick Center next.
I definitely would love to see both these guys at the Maverick Center for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see them both there regardless of who wins.
Fans, this fight is sponsored by Sketty to Go. This fight is an amateur flyweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Introducing the first fighter fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 3 wins and 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Team Link Utah Training Center, hailing from Ogden, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Jordan El Diablo Jr. Munoz. And introducing his opponent fighting out of the red corner, holding an amateur record of 3 wins and 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Agema Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from Clovis, California. Fierce fans, make some noise for Brendan the Menace Myers.
First rep of 2024 for Brendan Myers in the red gloves. Jordan Munoz contests in the blue. This flyweight bout is brought to you by Sketty to Go. Quality spaghetti without the weight. Open now in Layton, Utah. Sketty to Go, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Sketty to Go. That makes me excited for after the fights break.
Jordan is a big 125er. He's tall, he's long.
4 inches taller than Myers, the largest height discrepancy on this card here tonight.
And I like seeing Brendan take the center of that cage right away.
Oh, Munoz is dropped. Both fighters connected. But Munoz now finds his way on top. The triangle is set up. He's done it here before.
That triangle looks tight, guys.
He's got the arm across. Oh, that's tight, guys.
Myers, 2 wins by submission. As for Munoz, he's been submitted 4 times, most recently in September of 2021 as he's trying to punch his way out.
You see Brendan switch that to an armbar. He might be able to finish that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Jason. Sounds like you've been training, Jason. I love it.
Been doing a little one-on-ones with Pedro over this year, MMA, just freshening up for next time we roll.
That triangle looks tight, guys. We're
There's
going to
an armbar.
transition to the armbar.
That arm is close. Tyler Tomlinson's going to call it. Back with a bang. It's Brendan Myers.
What a menace.
Brendan Myers gets it done.
I'm back, baby!
You heard it from him. Brendan Myers back in the win column. Fired up and rightfully so. Get a little extracurricular from him as well on the screen.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw
absolutely.
that.
I did. Sure did. Absolutely.
Frustration on the side of Munoz. We jump over to the embrace from his longtime coach, Dana Risazabal, as emotion banks in for the flyweight. Joel, I know he took that loss over Nasir Davis. Pretty rough, I would say.
Yeah, I do remember that. But as like I said, man, consistency has been the name of the game for Brendan Myers, and it definitely paid off tonight. He's been putting in a lot of work out of Gima, and you know, kudos to him. Congratulations, Brendan, on a well fought fight.
Another win by submission for the jiu-jitsu ace. We're going to make it official with Tyler Tomlinson and Jackson Hoops right now.
Fierce fans, the referee Tyler Tomlinson has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 2 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to an armbar, Brendan the Menace Myers.
Brendan, come on over here, man. I just got to say, you changed the hairdo back.
I had to go back to the original. I had to, reset myself, but the menace is back, baby.
Yeah, that was an impressive performance. You're coming off a knockout loss about 6 months ago. You come back in here. Jordan hits you with a nice shot. You guys are scrambling. Walk me through that submission.
Yeah, I respect Jordan a lot. I know he's a tough guy. He's got some good jiu-jitsu, but mine's better. Found that triangle, found that armbar. He was hitting pretty hard from the ground and pound, but yeah, I eat that for breakfast.
Yeah, Jordan's a scrappy kid. He always lands his heavy shots. He always brings it. Back to you. You're back on the winning track. Where do we go from here, brother?
Better go home play some Fortnite with my boys. Girth Brooks, Pull D, Tripod Steve. We got Generous Moa and yours truly.
Anybody want to give a shout out to tonight?
All my coaches, Dane, Arthur, Andrew Mickelson out here helping. Amy over there in the crowd. She helped me so much this fight camp get ready. She had me on a good lifting program, so I'm hopefully looking a little better. And big shout out to Alden Ashcraft. He's helped my striking a lot, and just everyone at the gym and everyone who's here to support. Thank you guys so much.
I love it. We can't wait to see you get back in the cage. Once again, congratulations on a phenomenal performance. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Brendan Myers.
Welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9, presented by Rush Hydro. Joel, 10 fights down, 2 to go. Co-main event slots, couple of pro fights ready to close out the night.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for this next fight. I've fought both of these guys in my professional career as well, and I'm really excited to see what these two fighters bring to the table tonight.
Jason, you mentioned to me earlier you think this might be fight of the night.
I think this could be fight of the night. This could also be maybe maybe one of these guys gets a rematch with Joel, the winner of this fight, because that'll mean both fighters on a win streak. You could possibly see Joel getting a rematch with one of these guys.
Certainly up in the air. We will have to see what Zach Partridge thinks of all of that. But before, we got to get some dust settled between the two. We're going to kick it over to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, our co-main event is sponsored by Rush Hydro. As fellow high-performance athletes, they intimately understand the demands your body faces during intense workouts. At Rush Hydro, they've bottled the essence of resilience and determination. Feel the exhilaration of optimal electrolyte balance and unmatched bioavailability tailored for champions who refuse to settle for anything less. Elevate your performance with elite hydration. Revitalize, rebound, and recharge with Rush Hydro. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Steven Steyerwalt and then Hava Nathan Owens to the cage.
Well, if you're a fan of fierce, anticipation swells at the sight of Steven Steyerwalt. Jason delivered one half of the best fight this promotion witnessed in 2023, brings a lot to the table in his 10th professional walk.
Best fight name in the game, the Pork Pounder, Steven Steyerwalt. I love watching this guy fight. He's been on a tear since his last loss. Fight of the year last year with Kesley Collard. This kid brings it every night. This is going to be a great fight.
Joel unofficially landed 82 significant strikes in the 2023 Fight of the Year against Kesley Collard last year. I mean, they both put on quite the show. I'm excited to see what he looks like over a year away.
Yeah, that last fight against Kesley Collard was a very impressive performance. They both were trying to do exactly what I did to them, and that was a great performance on both parts, you know. And Steyerwalt came out with the win, and I've just been seeing him put in all the work, and I'm excited to see what he does tonight with Hava Owens.
As mentioned, a 13-month layoff, his longest since May of 2021. Jason, he's been doused with injuries since his last fight, but excited to make the walk once again here in Ogden, Utah.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is one of the top fights on the card. Who's going to take that next step to a title shot? Is it going to be Steyerwalt or is it going to be Owens? Or Joel Harrow, who's sitting next to me?
Yeah, I definitely like that one better. Thank you, Jason.
Back in his backyard with the Ogden setting in play, enter Hava Nathan Owens. Joel, he's won 2 of his last 3, topped off with an impressive win over Kesley Collard last November. He just seems to keep getting better.
Every fight that I see Hava fight, he is getting better. That is correct. He's been working a lot on his jiu-jitsu, and it's shown throughout the last few fights that he's had. He's always had a great striking game, and you know, he's always progressing on and with every fight. And I'm excited to see him tonight perform and, you know, see what's in store for the future for him.
Jason fighting in front of his hometown, his first fight in Ogden since August of 2017 when he was an amateur.
Yeah, this is probably exciting for him to fight in front of his home crowd, training out of Mori Academy. Both guys good on the ground. Mori Academy, Jiu-Jitsu. Steyerwalt, brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu, I believe.
Correct. Steven Steyerwalt, a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu. As for Hava Owens, first fight not in the Maverick Center since August of 2018. That was his pro debut. Been some time since he has not been under the hot lights of the Maverick Center, but we will see how he fares here in a smaller, more compact cage. With that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape presented by Rush Hydro for this professional 137.5 catch weight bout between Steven Steyerwalt and Hava Owens. Steyerwalt, 1 year senior. Steyerwalt will also have the 1-inch height advantage. Hava Owens weighing in yesterday at 137.5. Steven Steyerwalt weighing in at 137 flat. Steyerwalt with a record of 4-5. Hava with a record of 3-4. First co-main event slot for Hava Owens since the pro debut as well. backed by the local crowd, will be the fighter out of Mallerie Training Center. With that, let's go ahead and take it to Jackson Hubs.
Fierce fans, our co-main event is sponsored by Rush Hydro. This fight is a professional 137 and 1/2 pounds catchweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyestead. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a professional record of 4 wins and 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 137 pounds. Fighting out of SBG, Idaho, hailing from Boise, Idaho. Fierce fans, make some noise for Steven, the Pork Pounder Styal. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding a professional record of 3 wins and 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 137 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Mallerie Training Center, hailing from Ogden, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Hava, Nathan Owens.
Hometown backdrop for Hava Owens, wrapped in the red gloves, challenging is Idaho's Steven Starwalt in the blue. This professional co-main event is brought to you by Rush Hydro. Revitalize, rebound, and recharge with Rush Hydro, the official recovery drink of Fierce FC.
Right away, the Pork Pounder takes the center of the cage. Ooh,
Hava.
Good left hook there from Hava.
Owens has clean, crisp boxing.
It's been improving with each walk. That one of the cleanest clocks on the chin that we've seen, and a snappy leg kick to the inside in favor of Hava as well. Starwalt finds his range as well. Breaking through the guard is Hava.
Hava doing a great job of stalking Starwalt down. Throwing some heavy shots.
Hava getting his weapons to the target early as he breaks through again. Already a little bit of bruising on the brow on the right side of Starwalt, Jason.
Yeah, and he's sticking him with that jab. That jab is very effective from Owens right now.
It's snappy and it's powerful, Joel. I don't know if I've seen this much pop off of his shots, especially this early. He's usually a little bit of a slower starter, is Hava.
Yeah, he's right on the gas pedal tonight. Looking good. Clips him with that left hook.
The crisp takedown finds Owens in an advantageous position. Starwalt surrenders some real estate, gets back up, looks to recover it.
Heavy, heavy shots from Owens.
Back to a hand fight we go. Starwalt trying to peel as Owens punishes the legs of Starwalt up against the corner of Starwalt.
Hava staying busy on the body locks in there with the knees of the leg and the right hands.
Owens listened to his head coach and immediately went from the wrestling to the striking, attacked the body and got a pop from the Ogden crowd.
Yeah, if I'm Owens, I'm separating and landing more big shots because he had Starwalt hurt bad.
Absolutely.
You can see the confidence in Owens right now, too, landed a nice 1-2 and another jab.
Anything he wants lands right now for Owens. Seeing everything come at him. Stellar head movement by the local fighter.
Starwalt seems a little bit stagnant in these exchanges here.
Yeah, Owens is confident. You can see it. He's locked in.
Owens steps out of the range.
Good kick from Starwalt there.
Back to the overhand right is Owens. 2 minutes to go in this professional bout. A teep to the body sends Starwalt back into the fence. Consistently getting out of range is Hava.
Utilizing that jab really well, Blake.
Controlling the cage as well as Starwalt punches out of that one and draws a reaction from Owens. Owens fires back to the body.
Trading body kicks. Nate just too comfortable on his feet. Starwalt's going to have to land a big shot to gain some respect here, because right now Nate's just doing whatever he wants.
Both fighters characterized by their volume and their output. Joel, you've certainly got a scouting report on both of these guys. How much is it difficult to deal with the output of both of these guys? Owens just continues to throw at will.
Absolutely. I mean, you can tell Hava's really confident here. He's a very heavy hand puncher. Hits him with that liver shot. Now he's going to work, trying to attack that liver more.
Heavy traffic in favor of Owens. He tees off. Steyerwalt swinging for air, but he'll rip the body to recover.
Nate's doing a good job of picking his shots there. Don't count Steyerwalt out, though. He might be taking these shots, but he's still coming back with some heavy shots as well.
Fast twitch from both fighters. Blinding quickness in favor of both as Owens lands a power shot right down the pipe.
Owens just in stalk mode right now.
Steyerwalt.
Good right hand from Steyerwalt there.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, Blake.
Steyerwalt's thrown that a few times and just missed it. Nate's keeping that left hand low.
High octane offense from both sides. Owens. All three of us speechless in the broadcast booth. The output on this one, turning the words into action, what we believed this fight was going to look like. It's been entertaining so far, Jason.
Yeah, it's been a great fight. Hava Owens looks phenomenal tonight. This is, I mean, I've seen five of his fights up to this point, and this is the best I've seen him look.
Joel, your thoughts?
Absolutely, he's looking pretty good. You know, you could tell he really wanted that finish, but then it just kind of took his foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Just started sticking his shots. Steyerwalt is as tough as they come, man. He got clipped a couple times in the chin, getting hit in the liver a few times as well. He's staying in there. Don't count him out.
In the corner of Steven Steyerwalt currently. You would have to think he's probably down on the scorecards. I think that's fair to say, Joel.
Absolutely, for sure. But you can tell the focus is there for Steyerwalt. He's paying attention to his coaches. Now let's see what he can come out and do in round two.
Yeah, I mean, Steyerwalt looks refreshed. He doesn't look hurt at all coming out for the second round. We'll see if he can combat some of those lethal strikes from Hava Owen.
I'm thinking we need to see the Steyerwalt come out that fought Kesley Collard. I feel like that will help him progress in this fight.
We'll see how full the gas tank is on both sides. Quick as can be is still Steven Steyerwalt. Owens takes control of the cage once again as he pushes him back with a leg kick, or with a kick to the body, I should say.
Steyerwalt moving a little bit better. I'd like to see a little more side-to-side movement. He's right in the firing range of Owens' shots, right down the middle.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Jason.
I've been paying attention in my Muay Thai classes, Joel.
I love it, Jason.
Thanks, Coach.
Steyerwalt stretches, but is short. Unable to land as Owens utilizes his range. Slight height advantage, slight reach advantage in favor of Owens. We're hearing from the side of Steyerwalt to step in order to garner some offense, as he does right there.
I'd like to see Steyerwalt shoot in and try to take him down as Hava starts trying to tee off on him.
And there you go. Right on cue almost.
He must have heard me.
Closes the distance, but Owens immediately keen to it, punches his way out. To the breadbasket he goes. Owens investing all over.
Good teep up the middle there from Owens.
Yeah, Steyerwalt's got to start throwing back because right now Nate's just having his way. He's too confident.
Near a low blow. Steyerwalt says play on. Owens with another low blow against Kesley Collard last November. Or no, it was an eye poke. I apologize, Jason.
Yeah, he can't stay there in front of him. There he goes. When he's fired back, that's what he needs to do.
I'd like to see more angles from Steyerwalt.
Joel, Owens just seems completely in his element, so controlled, so calm and collected. Happy to take this 15 minutes or get the finish wherever it may be.
Absolutely. He's nice and calm. Throwing heavy shots now is Owens.
He is ripping the body too.
All the targets have been open, finding a way to get out of the range of Steyr-Walt as well. It's a 1-2, and then he'll step back every single time, Joel.
Yeah, he's staying just a little bit too linear here in front of Owens. And just kind of staying put there, like he's stuck in mud there. Now he's starting to move a little bit,
Jason,
but then settles.
Jason, he still has the pop, though, I will say, is Steyr-Walt.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's trying to draw him in and set up an overhand because he's thrown that a few times as he's gotten against the cage. But as Joel was saying, that side-to-side move will help because Hava's just landing those jabs at pretty much at will and the body shots. But Steyr-Walt locked in.
Steven Steyr-Walt been to 6 decisions in 9 fights.
It's a solid leg kick by Steyr-Walt there.
I was going to say, every kick that Steyr-Walt throws has some power behind it.
Owens looked to have buckled Steyr-Walt in that one, a knee up the middle, and the combination follows up upstairs.
Steyr-Walt just marches forward.
Ooh, looks like that check might have hurt Steyr-Walt there.
Just about 75 seconds to go in this second round of a possible 3 as Owens steps into that one.
Hava's got a good right hand. It's not a normal straight. It's like an arcing right and clips Steyr-Walt right behind the ear. It's interesting how he keeps landing that.
Yeah, he's landed that over and over again tonight, along with the jab.
Ooh, good right hand to the body from Steyr-Walt.
A lot of pop left in Steyr-Walt's punches, too.
Now Hava showing some work from southpaw there and switches back to orthodox.
Owens rips to the body. Steyr-Walt answers back. Back with that looping right. Ten seconds to go in this second round. Owens meets Steyr-Walt on his way out. That will do it. Third and final round to come. And Jason, Steven Steyr-Walt just as durable as they come.
Yeah, he's durable. He's taken all the shots. A little bit better round. I felt like he still had some pop in his punches. He was throwing back a little bit more than he was in that first round, but still total dominant round by Owens.
Joe, we're here in the corner of Hava. What do you think is being told to him headed into this final round?
You know, I obviously keep doing what you're doing. Keep an eye out for that overhand right as Steyr-Walt pillars up, catches those shots, and comes back in with that overhand right. So, you know, if I was cornering a Hava, I'd be telling him, hey, just keep doing what you're doing, utilize that jab, set up your heavy shots, and just watch out for that overhand right. Yeah, he's got some kicks with some power still. Keep blocking the body kicks. But other than that, from what I see, I think it's Hava's fight here.
In the camp of Steven Steyr-Walt, 4 of his last 5 bouts have gone to a decision. 5 minutes to decide this one in an action-packed co-main event, an action-packed night we have had, Jason. It's been bananas in here.
It's been nonstop. I love these Fierce Challengers Series cards.
Especially with the smaller cage.
Back to it. Optimal gas tanks on both sides. Still moving like it's the first. And Joel, you've got to wonder, with Hava controlling and leading the majority of this dance, does he want the finish? Does he want to cruise to a decision? Your thoughts?
I feel like Hava wants the finish, but as of right now, it's like he's feeling comfortable where he's at, and he's displaying more of his game. And, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, you know, because he's still hitting him up a little bit, but then isn't too eager for that finish.
Hava Owens, 8.5 years clocked in an MMA cage, a 5-2 amateur career, as well as that 3-4 professional career. One of the OG vets of the Utah fighting scene, especially in recent memory, as he connects a couple of combinations together and moves Steyr-Walt near his side.
Styrewall's got to do something to break Owens' rhythm. He's in too good of a rhythm right now.
He's in his flow state, Jason.
He really is.
Owens met him on the chin. On the retreat, Styrewall steps forward.
You hear Stevens' corner telling him to stay there. They want him to throw back and throw punches, but hard to do when you got those shots coming back at you. Man, the heart in Styrewall, he just keeps coming. Zero quitting that kid.
He's a tough kid.
He's very tough.
More connections sewn together by Owens. Nice inside leg kick landed by Styrewall. Jason, we're seeing some blood from Styrewall. Can you find the origin of that? Is that from the mouth or the nose?
Looks like the nose from where I'm sitting, but I could be wrong.
Could be hindering the oxygen coming, but not wearing it whatsoever, Joel.
No, not so ever, man. Styrewall's as tough as they come. You know, you can bloody him up, and he's still going to come forward and still try to fight here.
Just passing that halfway point of our co-main event.
Styrewall doing a better job of not staying in front of Owens.
But I think it might be a little bit too late.
Yeah, a little bit too late.
"15 minutes of action. You would never know it between these two. Jason, I think I got to get on the cardio plan that these two are on. They seem to just continue to move forward like they haven't been in a fight for the last 14 minutes.
This is crazy. Both nonstop. We're going to have to do the stat on the over or under 120 punches because
it's certainly over.
Owens may have done it by himself.
Nice shot to the head.
I was going to say, that lead teep has been finding a home for Hava this fight.
He's thrown in a couple knees in this third round too that have been very effective. Nate's just calm. He's picking his shots. He's not rushing anything. Oh, nice elbow for Owens.
Owens attempts to break through the guard. Styrewall stays active on the feet. 60 seconds to work on both sides.
This is one of the best performances I've seen in the fierce fighting cage with Hava. Owens just pretty much doing whatever he wants.
Owens rips back to the body and sends Styrewall moving the other direction.
And he's given Styrewall zero room to breathe.
Styrewall rips a kick. Doesn't land too cleanly. Owens throws one and now will initiate some grappling to close out the fight. Styrewall keeps it standing.
If anything, I was Styrewall, I would have tried to counter that takedown with a takedown and try to work for a submission here.
Well, with Steven Styrewall rendering defensive the majority of the round, it looks as though Hava Owens has swelled to a favorite as we will go to the judges' scorecards here in Ogden. The local crowd loving the performance by the fighter out of Mori Training Center.
Yeah, great performance from Owens tonight. Great performance.
Hava looked great tonight, Blake.
Joel, you fought him back in February of 2021. Where have you seen him level up? Because it seems as though every fight he's getting better, and today was the best we've ever seen him at 28 years old.
Absolutely. I mean, I've always known Hava to have a good boxing foundation. Seeing him fight from his amateur to his pro, I've always known him to be a really good striker. And then after our fight, I feel like he's really done a lot of progress on his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu game. You saw that in his last few fights when he fought, I believe, Perry was. yeah, he felt more comfortable on his back in that fight, and now I feel like he's a complete martial artist. He's going for takedowns. His Thai boxing's really well. He's always had a good boxing foundation, like I mentioned. He's a complete fighter.
We see him repping the Rash Guard, the Maury Training Center Rash Guard up here in Ogden, Utah. One of the more active gyms and one of the most successful gyms in the state. As we await the judges' scorecards, we see Steven Steyerwalt, as durable as they come, one of the toughest fighters that has ever entered this fierce cage. And with that, it looks like Jackson Hoops has got the final verdict. With that, we'll send it over to him.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. The judges score this contest 30-26, 30-27, and 30-26, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Hava Nathan Owens.
Mr. Owens, welcome back to the Fierce Fighting Championship cage. That was one of the best performances I've seen to date in the Fierce Fighting Championship cage. You look phenomenal tonight. Everything was clicking, strikes, body shots. Talk me through how the fight went for you.
Man, you're just buttering me up over here. To be honest, I was a little nervous because I had a bit of a hard weight cut. I got sick a little bit towards the end. So I was a little bit worried about how I'd perform. And luckily, I was still able to perform pretty well. My coaches and my wife especially made sure I was okay. I didn't have a hard time weight cutting and rehydrating and getting my refuel up. Being in here with Steven, he is one tough son of a gun. I mean, I thought
you were landing some heavy shots, and he just kept coming forward.
Yeah, man. And I was hearing them land, and it was hurting him. But his heart, man, you can't doubt that guy. He's a beast. He's always gonna come forward. He's always gonna try and finish the fight all the way up until the last round. I mean, he was game the whole time. So my hat's off to him. But we definitely came out here and performed exactly what we were supposed to do, which is come here and win. We don't want to sit here and try to win by points. We want to try and come and finish. And so that's the result we got tonight. Another 15-minute war, but we still got that W.
You looked great tonight. What's next for you? What do you want next? Where do you go from here?
Of course, fight here again. Once I get all healed up and get all this personal medical stuff out of the way, but I'll be ready to come back here and put on another great show. And we got plenty of other people who are just ready in the ranks, ready to come and put on a great show for you guys. So you guys be ready to stay tuned.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Sponsors, friends, family?
Yeah. My coach, Eduardo Mori Training Center. I couldn't have done it without him and my team. Ernie Chavez, Wasatch Physical Therapy, Olympic boxing coach. Man, blessed to have these two in my corner, and of course my team. I wanted to thank my sister. She has a cleaning service, Nessa's Cleaning Service. If you guys need some help, she'll come through. Just give her a call, man. She got the best service in Ogden and probably the best service in the state of Utah. My cousin, Chloanne, Body Ninja, she got her thing going on. I wish I could thank everybody out here. I can't thank enough of you. I want to thank all of you guys for coming and showing up and supporting here, blowing the roof off this place, man, showing them how Ogden do. So I love you guys out here. I love Ogden, man. Thank y'all.
Well, congratulations again on a dominant performance. Can't wait to see you back in the Fierce Fighting Championship cage. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Hava Nathan Owens. New middleweight champ now. Where do you go here? When are you going to defend the title?
Get on your feet, put your hands together, and make some noise!
think in April. I want to fight at the UVU April 20th.
Bantamweight champion, Jackson DeGray.
This guy's going to bring it tonight. He will be a handful.
On the button, it's Mike Jones getting it done.
All right, welcome back into Fierce Challenger Series 9, presented by Rush Hydro. Blake O'Ruling alongside Joel Haro, the #1 bantamweight in the state of Utah, as well as my man Jason Laporte. As always, guys, it has been such a fun night. 11 down, 1 to go. Something to look forward to. Desmond Manabat, Julian Ruiz, what you got?
And we're ending the fight and ending the night with Julian Ruiz and Desmond Manabat. Man, this card couldn't get any better. It's been one of the best Fierce Fighting Challenger cards to date, in my opinion.
Joel, your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I'm right there with Jason on that one. I spoke to Julian a little bit in the back. First thing he said to me was he made a mistake signing this contract to fight him in a smaller cage like this. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, I agree with him.
Why do you say that is? Break that down a little bit.
You know, we see a lot of kicks being thrown by Desmond. He moves a little bit more to throw kicks, and Julian's right in your face the whole time from round 1 to round 3. We saw that with his last fight, and you know, the pressure that Julian brings to the table, I think, may be a deciding factor in this fight.
So I do want to ask you about that. With Julian, he had a standout performance last year, Performance of the Year contender. We'll talk more about it when he makes the walk, but do you not think that that's the optimal place for him to be fighting? You think he should rather be fighting on the larger Maverick Center cage, is what you're saying?
Julian?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Or you're talking more
I'm
about
talking
Desmond.
more about Desmond.
I see.
Just from seeing his fights before, he likes to move a little bit more to then throw his kicks. And with the smaller cage, that might be a problem for him. If he can utilize the phone booth a little bit more to create a little bit more space to then throw those kicks, then I think it would be beneficial for Desmond. But he's got a tough task ahead of him in Julian Ruiz.
Right there in the left corner of your screen, you see Hava Owens being carried out like the winner that he is here tonight. A dominant performance. As you can see, we've got our wonderful cage crew cleaning up what was a bloodied fight in our co-main event.
They better come and fix your shirt over here, Blake. They got to put some bleach on your shirt here. You got splattered with blood there.
I would absolutely appreciate that. I actually really like this shirt. So
You were in the splash zone.
Little bit, but honored that it's Steven Steyerwalt, considering the type of fighter that he is. A valiant performance in his own right. And Jason, we were talking about it with Joel. Steven Steyerwalt's got to be one of the toughest guys that's ever made the walk.
He is tough as nails. I mean, we've seen some tough fighters step into this cage, but Steven Steyerwalt's right up there with the best of them. He is tough as nails. That kid is all heart. There was no quit in that fight. Kept marching forward. It didn't even look like he was hurt. I mean, he was hurt a couple times, but other than the first round, I don't think he even looked hurt going forward in the second and third round.
No, not at all. His kicks even had some steam on him,
yeah,
too. Every kick he threw was a crack on every one. When you hear that crack, you know they're throwing with some intentions.
Yeah.
Jason, right on the heels of this main event, Julian Ruiz facing off against Desmond Manabat. Just your thoughts on finally seeing Julian Ruiz back after 12 months away. He put on quite the performance last March, and he seems to, and we all believe that he has leveled up in almost every way.
He has definitely leveled up. I know he had some injuries. Hopefully he'll be a little more active this year if he gets a big win tonight. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He's one of the top pros in the state right now.
All right, well, with that, we will bring them out, Desmond Manabat as well as Julian Ruiz, Jackson Hubs, to do that right now.
Fierce fans, our main event is sponsored by Autolocity Motors. As a dealership proudly selling branded title vehicles, Autolocity gets more vehicle for less money. You can rest assured knowing that you get the best deal available, a large selection of vehicles, the best prices in town, and a relaxing, no-pressure atmosphere makes Autolocity hard to beat. Rebuilt, reliable, real deal, Autolocity Motors. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome our final two fighters, Desmond Manabat and then Julian Ruiz, to the cage.
Well, the highlights come in droves when his music hits. Enter Desmond Manabat. Joel, I rarely lean into nicknames, but the Matrix makes sense for a highlight reel producer like himself. A flying knee, a head kick finish as well. Anything is on the table when he makes the walk.
You know, that's a pretty cool nickname, I'm not going to lie. And, you know, Desmond definitely holds the title for that. He's a very impressive fighter. He's explosive, and he's entertaining.
Jason, up for any test presented is Manabat. Combined record of his last 3 opponents, including Ruez tonight, 9-1.
Yeah, he'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, and he's going to bring it.
Desmond Manabat 3-2 at featherweight. As a professional, all of his wins have been at this weight class, similar to a Jordan Munoz, where he might fight in different weight classes, but this is the one that really has become home for him.
Yeah, and this is a big step up for him in competition. He's fighting an undefeated pro fighter. This could be a chance for him to get back in, get back to 500, and come into the Julian Ruez's home state, and come in here and steal a win from him.
Joel, Desmond Manabat, the 2-time Fierce FC amateur champion in both lightweight and bantamweight, back with Fierce for the first time since November of 2021. Curious to see if he can spark the same sort of results as he did the last time that he fought out here in Utah.
Yeah, I definitely think he's got a chance for sure. He's got a puncher's chance, a kicker's chance. He brings a fight every time he fights, so should be interesting to see him in the smaller cage and having Julian Ruez in front of him.
Nearly 7 years unbeaten as the stock seems to skyrocket with every walk. Enter Julian Ruez. Jason, there's a slew of names to look out for in the state of Utah. Julian sits high on that list.
He's right up at the top as one of the top pros tonight. If he gets a big finish tonight, big win tonight, you know, you could see this guy stepping up to the bigger stage.
Some staggering stats for you from his last bout in March of 2023. He landed 212 unofficial strikes, 157 of them to the head, a 90% accuracy to the body, and also peppered in 13 leg kicks as well. Julian Ruiz, offensive output is on blast every time he makes the walk. Excited to see him back in the cage after 12 months away. With that, let's go ahead and pull up that tail of the tape for the final time here tonight for this professional featherweight bout between Desmond Manabat and Julian Ruez. Ruez, 2 years senior. He will also have the height edge by 3 inches, standing 5'9". Manabat weighing in at 144.5 pounds. Ruez weighing in at 145.5 pounds. Manabat with a record of 3-4. Ruez puts his undefeated record on the line with an undefeated record of 3-0. Pop as Ruez enters the cage, and with that, we'll take it over to Jackson Host.
Fierce fans, this is your main event. This fight is sponsored by Autolocity Motors and is a professional featherweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Now, one more time, I need everybody tuning into the pay-per-view and everybody here at Bonneville High School in Ogden, Utah, from the upper seats to the table seats, all the way down to cage side. Put your hands together and make some noise. Yes, sir. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a professional record of 3 wins and 4 losses. He stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall, and weighed in at 144.5 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas Combat Academy, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada. Fierce fans, make some noise for Desmond, the Matrix Manabat. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an undefeated professional record of 3 wins and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall, and weighed in at 145 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of the Pit SLC, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for King Julian Ruez.
Undefeated Julian Ruez, rocking the red gloves. Las Vegas's Desmond Manabat poses opposite in the blue. This professional featherweight main event is brought to you by Autolocity Motors. Rev up your car shopping experience and enjoy savings of up to 20% off retail prices right here in Ogden, Utah. Autolocity Motors, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Ruez, 5 of his last 6 wins have been by finish.
Right away, Julian comes out with that jab cross.
Jumps straight into throwing pistons at Manabat. He'll answer back.
Manabat, the southpaw here in this bout. Good, hard inside leg kick from Manabat.
Manabat's quads are huge. He's got
just
some
thinking
huge
that.
legs.
Manabat, a lifelong martial artist, began training at 5 years old.
Julian hit him with an elbow coming in there. Nice body kick by Manabat.
In the middle, spinning elbow.
Attempted a spinning elbow. I want to say the fist landed though, but good spinning technique there from Manabat.
Utilizing that oblique kick as well and getting out of the way is the Las Vegas fighter. Swings for the fences, but will find Ruez floored.
Julian doing a good job using the fence to get up.
All smiles on the side of Ruez as he shoots up against the cage in the corner of Manabat.
Ooh, good spinning elbow attempt there from Manabat.
Second one, a primary attack for the Las Vegas fighter, Jason.
Yeah, he's throwing everything at Julian right now.
Utilizing good check hook there was Manabat.
Heavy shot from Julian too.
These are the types of fights that Julian really likes here.
Julian got caught with another.
Ruez embraces the chaos at every opportunity as he'll invest in the body. Stark height differential between the two as a combination is followed by Manabat.
Ooh, good hits there from Julian, sprawling on that takedown attempt from Manabat.
Yeah, people think of Julian as just being a boxer, but don't sleep on his wrestling.
He's got really good wrestling. Julian going to work here with the right hand.
Good body work, headshots. Julian in stalk mode, was in stalk mode at the moment. Manabat doing a good job tying him up.
Just about the halfway point of round number 1.
Good elbow there from Manabat. Julian shakes his head no.
Ruez sent back by the punishing elbow. A weighty kick to the body lands by Ruez. Oh, down on the chin. Manabat buckles and shoots in on a desperation takedown. Ruez privy to it, follows up to the knees.
Ruez looking to finish.
Ruez is a problem.
Oh, cartwheel kick attempt from Manabat.
Manabat throwing out everything, any possibility to keep this fight intact. Ruez raining down offense.
Wow.
This is a good fight, ladies and gents. Looking for a leg lock is Manabat. Now he finds himself in trouble on the bottom. Ruiz looking to finish.
Ruez drawing a reaction from Manabat.
I think Tyler Thomason's looking to step in here shortly, guys.
Heavy shots from Ruiz.
Hungry for the finish is Ruez. He can feel it. Tyler Tomlinson taking a good look.
Nothing's really landing clean.
There it is! Julian Ruez! The streak stays intact. That's 7 in a row for one of the hottest names out of Utah.
Julian's a problem.
Julian is a problem. He's always been a problem here in Utah.
He's good everywhere. He's good on his feet. He's got good wrestling. He's strong. He's long. Let's get Julian at the Maverick Center.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Title shot.
8-fight unbeaten streak extends has not lost since June of 2017. 6 of his last 7 have now been by finish. A machine out of the pit SLC. We see Desmond Manabat had some really good moments in there, Joel.
Really good moments. He had a really good spinning attempts for some strikes there. Pretty cool cartwheel kick he threw up in there. You know, if anything, you know, Desmond can't hang his head low on this one for sure. He put on a great performance, as did Ruez.
Let's go ahead and pull up that replay presented by Rush Hydro. Joel, it's all yours.
Yeah, Desmond gets trapped on the bottom from that cartwheel kick there. Ruez does a good job trapping his left leg and then just started going to town with his ground and pound there, finishing with some elbows there on the forearms. Couple punches there to the head, keeping a really good balance there on Manabat there.
All right, with that, for the final time tonight, we'll take it over to Jackson Hoops.
Fierce Fans referee Tyler Tomlinson has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, the undefeated King, Julian Ruez.
Come on over here, Julian. Julian, it's been a minute since we've seen you in the cage. You had a little bit of a layoff due to some injuries. I know you were fighting through some injuries. How does it feel coming in here tonight, getting a big win against a tough opponent? Tell me how you feel tonight.
I feel good, honestly. I felt a little weird. I've never taken that long in between a fight in my life. Since I was 18, you know, I've been going nonstop. A lot of you guys don't know, I actually have like more than 40 fights with amateurs, boxing, kickboxing. If we're talking about grappling, a lot more than that. But felt good to be back. I felt a little bit off. I didn't feel very good in there. I mean, I felt the speed, but I don't know. It wasn't as good as I thought I wanted it to be, but it's all right.
Was there anything that threw you off? He was throwing a lot of spinning stuff at you, some spinning elbows, spinning back fists. Was there anything that threw you off in there?
Yeah, the motherfucker took me down. Excuse my language. He took me down. That pisses me off, man. I had 100% takedown defense, and this dude's not a freaking grappler. But he got me down, man, so I got some stuff to work on, you know. I thought I was strong coming in here, but apparently not strong enough, you know. So we got some stuff to work.
So you're back in the win column. What's next for you?
Well, no. I've been, since I started this, you know, I've been up there at the top. They had me, you know, number 2 for, you know, quite some time, about 2 years now. My mom asked me earlier if I like silver. I said, hell no. I don't like being second place, man. There's one guy that's ranked above me, so, you know, by the time this year, you know, maybe in a couple months, maybe at the end of the year, whatever it is, but, you know, we're destiny. His name's Fabio Sierra. You know, they call me the king, man. I'm the king of the jungle. So they call him the jungle boy. There can only be one king. King Julian right here, baby.
I love it. Anybody want to give a shout out tonight? Family, friends, sponsors?
Bring him in here.
I don't know if Fabio's in here tonight. Is Fabio in here tonight? Oh, here he comes.
Where's he at? Bring him in.
I don't know if I should be the one standing in between them. I might need Ramsey or Clay to come over here and do this interview. Come on in here, Fabio. So, Fabio, looks like Julian's call out. What do you think? Is that a matchup we could see in the future between you two?
Of course. He did a great job here, and, you know, fighting him will be a challenge, and I'll be ready. When his time comes, we'll be ready. We're going to do a very good show. And, you know, let's put what we have in best in my game and his game and have a great fight in Utah. That's what it is.
I love it. Love the respect. Can't wait to see you guys fight for the title. It's going to be a great fight. Fierce Fighting Championship fans, stay tuned. Julian, I didn't get a second. Oh, let's get a little face-off here.
Give it up for King Julian Ruez. Everybody,
all right, with that, Fierce Challenger Series 9 is in the books. Julian Ruez gets the win. First round finish for the dominant fighter out of the pit, SLC. The stock continues to rise 8 in a row for the 27-year-old. And now, no, I apologize, Joel.
No,
Jason headed back into the broadcast booth right now. Just talking a little bit about this fight, recapping it a bit. We see new names and some major statements made. Your thoughts on any of the winners here tonight?
Great card, top to bottom. It's hard to pick, right off the top. Kiwi in the first fight of the night looked phenomenal. Brandon Ramirez looked phenomenal. Nico Sousa. I mean, I could just keep going down the list. I thought probably my biggest highlight of the night, Brendan Myers coming back after that knockout loss just 6 months ago. That was a brutal knockout loss. He took a good shot, and he kept fighting back, ended up getting the submission win. Love to see that from Brendan Myers. I love Nate Owens, and then, of course, Julian Ruiz topping it off with a huge performance.
Joel, same question to you. Who flew off the film?
I'm going to have to go, obviously, with my fighter, Naya. She did great in her second kickboxing fight. But to move forward throughout the card, I'm going to have to go with Brendan Myers, Nate Owens, and Julian Ruiz. All three had stellar performances tonight. Brendan looked great, clipped him with that right hand. And then Hava just pretty much doing whatever he wanted to do with Styal throughout his 15 minutes. And then Ruiz coming in, getting the stoppage. And, it was a phenomenal night of fights.
I feel like I don't want to short anybody out of this call-out. Everybody brought it tonight. Like, this whole card was top to bottom. Everybody brought it tonight.
We've been calling fights together for nearly 2 years at this point. I don't know if I remember a Challenger Series and maybe even a larger show too that had the type of output that we had tonight. Every fight was fantastic.
Yeah, we were on the edge of our seats for every fight. It's just, what a card.
All right, with that, we will look forward to Fierce Fighting Championship 31, April 20th at the UCCU Center in Orem, Utah. Joel, I'm just going to go down the list of names. Mike Jones to return following his standout performance last August. Kent Mafileo making the quick turnaround. Jerome Hatch to return. Cole Schaefer, Jackson DeGray. There are so many names headed towards Orem, Utah on April 20th. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, the roof's going to pop off of the UCCU Center, man. That's going to be great. It's going to be great going back, holding fights there, kind of like a throwback from Showdown fights back in the day. But, yeah, this card coming to the UCCU Center is going to be phenomenal, especially with having Jerome Hatch, Jackson DeGray as well. I've trained with him before, and that kid has some really good striking.
Jason, each of these fighters just continue to blossom and grow every single time they make the walk. It's going to be so much fun on April 20th.
Yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal card headed by Mike Jones. I spoke with him earlier before the night started, and he's ecstatic that he's getting a shot down there. I'm pretty sure he fought down there back in those Showdown days, if I'm not mistaken.
First time back at Showdown for many, many years. This is a place that really bred and built up a lot of Utah MMA back in the day.
Yeah, I was going to say Jerome Hatch is another one that I'm pretty sure fought down at those Showdown fights. So great throwback, great stacked card. Jackson DeGray is always fun to watch.
Well, we absolutely cannot wait for it. 12 fights in, and they delivered and exceeded expectations. With that being said, for all of us here at Fierce Fighting Championship and all those who help in putting together this production, thank you all so much for watching. Blake O'Rulian alongside Joel Haro as well as Jason Laporte signing off. We will see you all in 4 weeks.